What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players, to another installation of the Siege Double Shot. We thought we'd bring you another grand final. We saw how much you liked the last 10 that we've done, so we thought we'd bring you one more in 2024. And I am the Reverend Whiskey Glitter, and with me, as always, my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. Say hello, Whiskey.
Welcome, everyone, to the Outlast Contender League Grand Final. Like he said, our 10th Grand Final here in 2024. But this one, again, is special, part of the Outlast Classic Series. We got to bring you the Outlast Arena Grand Final just a week ago. Now we're taking on the second league in the series. And this is going to be another great match with Gotham City Janitors taking on AH2EZ. And AH2EZ and these Gotham City, both teams that you know for sure, they both played in E2, both played in the quals, and Gotham City made it all the way to the top 6 in the first qualifier. AH2EZ, full of names that you know, playing in the Zenith just before this game. These guys are absolute grinders, playing a best of 1 before heading directly into a best of 5 here on Outlast. But these guys came in second in the Xenon December tourney, losing to Karn & Co in the final. So this is a great team that we're going to get a chance to see here tonight. So really looking forward to it, my guy.
Yeah, same. It's going to be a banger match, and you know what we love? We love to see it go the distance. Well, this is one that can potentially do it. CHALET, Oregon, KAFE Sky, and should it be necessary, Nighthaven. And I'm ready for that. I'm ready for some Nighthaven. But first, I mean, we got to get there, right? And the first map that we're going to be trying to take a look at, chalet nestled in the snow-capped mountains. This luxurious chalet will bring us some absolute devastation by the fireside. And you know what? It's Run's favorite map. So probably going to see some fun strats here. I'm wondering, especially because we just were watching the live of one of these teams being played out in the Zenith League, I wonder if we're going to see any sort of target banning going on.
It's a good question, right? They literally just played and absolutely had the opportunity to see how this team was going to play. How were they going to play out these? They played on Oregon, so that's map 2. So not only does Gotham City Janitors get a little bit of an insight into how they play very recently with this particular lineup, but also moving into the exact map that they played. So a little bit of strat control there as well, potentially. So we're going to see how that plays out.
Yep, first ban off the board, and it's going to be your standard Ying to be gone. Don't want to have to deal with those Candelas, 4 of them to be exact. And man, she's got to be up close into the 70% ban rating. I mean, I don't think we ever get to see her played, especially Dokkaebi, probably the next being going.
I think, yeah, definitely we're gonna see Dokkaebi banned out as well. Between those two, I mean, they are the absolute gold standard in competitive bans. We just don't see them played at all anymore. And it's been interesting to see how it's changed up the game. We just don't have that roam control. What does it bring? A little bit of extra Jackal play occasionally, so sometimes that's fun. But Fenrir, the next to fall, not surprising there either. Also a very, very common ban here as we roll in.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably going to see somebody like the Solus follow up, but it wouldn't be surprised to see a Mira or a Valkyrie ban. And there she is, off the board. Solus, her gadget, just incredibly useful as far as sussing out electronic gadgets. Definitely going to be off the board for CHALET. Makes the run out definitely a lot more prevalent. Okay, folks, so we're going to get them back into the lobby real quick. So sit back, relax, because when we come back, it's going to be map number 1 coming at you. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators, players. We made it. No rehost necessary. Players in the lobby. Round 1 set to commence. Let's take a look at this defense run. We're going to start off in the 2F location. And going to be bringing out the castle, which we've been seeing just quite a bit recently. And I'm here for it, honestly. I love the intel deny of the mute. A little bit of traps, because if we're playing Chalet, Frost is a necessary. You see her played on a bunch of different sites. Every single team I think that we've seen has ran a Frost trap. And that was a lot of them.
That's right. Definitely loving the Frost here as on the 2F especially. Seeing the castle come out, and interestingly, not seeing the Azami. I mean, Azami definitely felt like a really important part of the hold here on the 2F site, especially in the library to hold that phase. So kind of interesting that we're not going to see her.
Interesting picks to highlight here, both the Blitz and the Blackbeard on the board to start out. So starting out with some actual aggression here, trying to set some dominance early and kind of determine the pace of how this round is going to go. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm absolutely here for the Blitz and Blackbeard play. Blackbeard, we hardly ever get to see played.
Well, I felt like we used to hardly ever get to see them played, but it's been interesting to see how often they're showing up on the board, right? Blitz has definitely made a bigger impact here recently in the T4, T3 scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I'm here for it. It's the introduction of the Tubero that has made these alternate entries, you know, having to be more prevalent, right? Having to find newer ways to get into the building. Oh my lord. All 3 of the summit shards are going to get taken off, and then his life to end it, and that's going to be the body bounce evened up here. But his Blitz already inside, getting the plant down, and the defense has no clue. No clue. It's all of a sudden attackers become defenders, defenders become attackers. You have to rotate on the right side as well, which is an interesting play here. But yeah, diffuser situation. You got to have 7 seconds on the board, and they are now evened up into the 3-3. The crosses are set up, and the defense is going to find themselves in a tough position trying to get this one. And going for the diffuse. Oh, there we go. Triple kill by... Oh, okay. Franklin to find a double, now taking us into a 1v1 situation.
Tossing the drone, a little bit of distraction, repelling in, gonna find one. Negative.
That's
Franklin, was that a triple for him?
Yeah, triple kill for Franklin, but it's not going to be in enough time. Got to have 7 seconds, folks, on the board, and he's going to be just shy. Attacker's going to get this one on a quick plant on half wall with everybody still alive. Well, one person dead off each team. Crazy.
Okay, and appreciate everybody there mentioning the fact that the screen was blank. Caught it, and there's a little bit of a delay, obviously, since we're running a competitive stream, so it'll be back.
Let's go.
All right, round 2 for Chalet. Franklin, the 3K to start it off. What a run there. So, very similar setup.
Let's go. Yeah, almost not just very similar. It is going to be exactly similar. Second verse, same as the first. AH2EZ gonna run it back. I like it. It's an extension into library. Castle to make sure that they cut off some of those rotates. Frost really making it a tough, critical push point. And gonna play life. Nope. Oh, look at that. Traps and castle barricades. Big fan.
Yeah.
And on the side of the attackers, we're going to take the Blitz off the board and bring out the Grim for that intel instead. But still going to remain a Blackbeard pick.
Definitely interesting to see that. I mean, we saw the Ash pick definitely increase since bringing her out. But to have Blackbeard be a big piece of it, again, really surprising.
Already has one of his shields and a little bit of damage done. I'm going to get these Claymores set out for that run out that's been so prevalent. I wonder if they got one on the other side as well. Uzi to find the first kill, and that is going to be onto the Blackbeard, and that's going to be body bounce tipped in favor of AH2EZ.
That's right, holding this solar stairs, watching the rappel, and gonna try and peek it again for a second. Gets a shot on Buck from below, but no one gonna claim a life there, so both of them getting to survive for a second.
Franklin gets taken off the board, and we're going to be looking at some flashes coming up with the swing potentially going to be coming in. He's got some backup there. Oh, there you go. Takes him quickly off the stairs, and that's going to be the man advantage into the Gotham City Janitors. Still fighting this vertical battle from underneath. That was a great pitch that they put onto that player on the stairs. Hold him there from the top, hold him there from the bottom, wait for the homies to get there, and then buddy system your way out of it. Huge pick. Oh, you got to be not getting caught unaware by the frost down in kitchen. That takes us into a 3v2 situation. Minute 29 still left on the board.
Oh, there's Buck that falls. A triple from Sense as well. Wow, here it is. The plant going down, all down to Frost, and she's on the outside looking in.
Yep, absolutely. And they're going to stick this, taking us yet again into another post-plant scenario. It's a 2v1, so with some tough crosses, it's going to be an uphill climb here for Frost. Completely possible. Just got to find one early here. They're set up for some devastation from a distance.
Oh, yep. Holding angles there. Takes out one of those flank drones. Gonna have to try and push in. Tough setup right now. 19 seconds left.
And before he can even get to them, he's got less than 10 seconds left on the board. 13 with 2, and that's going to be another one for the attackers. And we're seeing some protect the president here, Mr. Run. I like it.
And even more. Was that a 4K from Sense on top of it?
Man, going crazy.
Wow.
You know, we saw Ash all the time already, but with the introduction of the new Mira nerf, boy, she has just been on the board. Ayana losing her nades and Ash being able to break Mira's. Ash is back, maybe.
Yeah, it completely changed up the attacking style for the most part, right? Even if the defense is not bringing a mirror, which in this case they are. I mean, she's become an important piece of the attacking team, right? It feels like the 2017 meta of the Ashe push, and that was a fun time in Siege. I feel like from an excitement standpoint. So we're getting back into some of that, right? Adds into a bit of the TDM meta, but also being able to take care of that very important piece of defensive utility and clearing out the mirror windows. I mean, there's a reason that she is continuing to be an important part of this attacking lineup round after round.
Agreed, and now you're going to see her place that mirror up top to guard shield, and you asked for her. Here she is, Zombie on the board. Going to set up some of that trench warfare inside of Library. Doc going to be playing life here, which he is perfect for that, right? They brought the cap tower. They're going to try to burn that corner to gain some of that vertical control. And you see they're not afraid to use it as they brought it from underneath as well.
Do you see, we're in round 3. There's only been 2 rounds down. Sense with a 3K and a 4K, sitting at 7 and 1 to start this thing off. Absolutely on fire right now, my friend.
No, hit it 7 and 1 on the entry. That feels pretty good. That says send them in again. Send him in again. Unleash the hound. Now Doc gets that drone off the board, but he does get spotted out, so they know they're dealing with that singular hold, that individual hold. And here's that fire we talked about a little bit earlier, so they're going to try to flush him out of there.
Yep. Gets the stim out, but it was the fire that went second. I wonder if that was a bit of a bait. Is he going to be able to survive it? Well, not with the bullet in the face. What a rush in there from Cuttlebug, which solid name as well, by the way.
Yep. Flores goes down, but he is retrievable. It takes it into a 4v2, a 4v1, all resting now on the shoulders of Bless, who's going to be coming up from underneath, and the plant is going down yet again.
This attacking team extremely aggressive on objective-based gameplay. That's the plant gone down. Is that 3 rounds in a row at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. Every round so far.
Holy smokes! Just putting that pressure on this defense. That even if you're not winning by the diffuser, which they have been, but I mean it just puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defending team to have to retake and to clear out them and get rid of the counter diffuse. It's just crazy. And to drop 3 to start with, AH2EZ coming off of that ZCL game just a minute ago. I mean, they literally ended that game 10 minutes before starting this one. So feeling, I thought, good coming out of that. Now starting off 3-0 here. It seems that Gotham City Janitors have got something figured out. Whether it was, learned from the ZCL game or just learned from the other VOD that they've seen on this team, right now on Chalet, it's feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. And so, AH2EZ to take a timeout. Need to talk about it for a second, right? They're warmed up. They're ready. They know that they can be competitive here in the scene. So, try to throw off some of that momentum that Gotham City has been building up. 3-0 to start us out. Not too bad. And it's on the attacker side. That's the troubling part. 8-1 he sits. Having a huge game. See kitchen dining here for the next site. Round number 4. Expect some verticality to come into play here as well. We're going to be taking a look at 2 different sets of intel on the board. Both Valkyrie and Echo being brought out here.
Right.
Echo is also somebody that we've been seeing a lot more, especially because of all of the shield play that we've been watching this game.
Right, the ability for bringing both that mobile intel as well as the plant deny, the sort of the area denial. It's a couple instead of bringing a Goyo, because you're bringing along the ability to stop the plant, but also that intel the entire round, and some intel that you can even take outside. We have definitely seen that from the aggressive defensive teams using those cams in that way. Love to see that. But also, you're bringing along the silenced MP5 or the Supernova, which for sure got a buff there in the recent shotgun rework.
Yeah, also love to see the Echo drones use the yokai being used to get the shield operation, because what does it do? It blasts the shield aside, gives you a second to take a shot at him. Not a bad play here. Looking for that spawn peek, eat early, trying not to get caught out slipping. I think it's a good idea. We've seen several notable players taken down to some spawn peaks.
Yeah, might as well, right? Find out how is this team going to play, right? On the both sides, right? You're going to play very aggressive from a defensive standpoint, spawn peek out there, slow the attacking team down. I'd almost like to see it a little bit more, because that from the way we've seen this AH2EZ or Silly Geese team play previously, that was one of their hallmarks, was being pretty aggressive. So want to see that a little bit more, to be honest.
Yeah. I would agree with you. On the defense, we talked about Mirror being prevalent. Well, it's going to be utilized here again. And of course, Bandit for that breach denial.
Look at all this intel. Tons of intel here. All of these defensive operators spending time on some cams, with it being such an important part of how they're getting this thing set up, with the attackers trying to get vertical control, seeing Sense and Matt pushing in here, second floor. And they have to deal with this mirror, though, and there's the Ash charge coming in. Important piece of this setup. Now they've got it blocked off, the same as a reinforced wall. Gonna swing bathroom.
Ooh! Gonna lose his life as well, and that's gonna be body balance tipped in favor of nobody as we find ourselves in a 4-4 here. This is pre-play C4 ready to take out the damage from above. When they start to push in, you can hear them start to get active, but they still have to deal with the Croft, who is maintaining that vertical presence. Hasn't been able to be dislodged yet.
Yeah, that's right. Playing upstairs in solar here, holding that angle on the bathroom. And, yeah, we're seeing HOA try and find his way in, but gonna try and drone out Frost at this point. They know she's still playing up here.
Yep, and we still have the IQ on the board, so able to suss out where the heck those Valkyrie cams are, where the heck those pivotal yokai drones are sitting at. Probably get some of those off the board as well. It's 4-3 now, with the last 37 seconds starting to play out. Whiskey, we're looking at another 20-second push here.
Oh, they didn't see her,
Oh.
but gonna win the gunfight anyway. Didn't see where Frost was playing at, but OCL losing his life there. Franklin trying to play up a little bit of vertical through that hatch. They knew they were gonna open it there with the breach charge. And a little bit more vertical gonna get opened up.
Oh, what a shot!
Let's go.
Takes Capital off the board, finds himself another one, but it is going to be corrupt to clean it up. That Vector, man, absolutely devastating, especially in the hands of the right person. Look at that shot. Good night.
The prone drop through the hatch. Love to see that as well. That was fantastic. But what we saw for me was the defense spend a lot more time upstairs, slowing this attack team down. So they didn't, you know, by the time they finally were ready to make the drop to first floor, they didn't have enough time. Still had a couple defenders down there to deal with as well. They didn't have time to establish control upstairs and force all of the defenders out of positions or kill a few to just take them off the board. So great hold there by the defense. It's exactly what they needed. Coming out of the timeout buff alive and well. That team wins the round after they took it. So good call from the AH2EZ team to take it.
Yeah, man, another timeout buff win. We got to be up in the 75-80% win rate for teams that take a timeout directly after. Okay, so let's get started. Back to the bar gaming site, and they're going to run it back same way we ran it before. Do you think, now that was the question, when they did the Capitao earlier, do you think that was a diversion to make him use his stim? They knew they had a dock up there and they wanted to try to make him use his stim early and then set the fire?
Absolutely. I thought it worked perfectly, right? They went in exactly, set the smoke off. He was anticipating the fire and wasted that stim early. Then he had to stim a second time. Perfect timing there for the defender to hop and take him out because he didn't have his gun out at the ready. I think it was well coordinated on the attacking team.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. Whiskey, write that down. That's going in the rank book, my friend.
All right, 10-4, we're writing it down.
For God's sake, Scrub, shoot that radio. Franklin to find the first death. His head gets ripped off. Holy cow. And they're going to move out and around. Back for the next little bit of pickoffs here.
No, he wants to leave the radio. It's distracting to the attacking team as well. He feels comfortable playing with it.
Okay, well, sometimes you just got to put some jams on when you're trying to slam. It's a 4-3 now. Body bounce is in favor of Gotham City. Just under 2 minutes left to go. And at this point, they didn't bring the Capitao. What happened? I thought he was on board. They six-picked him.
Six picked him off for this Maverick. He was trying to open up. It looked like they were almost going to go for a site direct, right? They opened up that wall into stock and going to try for it again. That time, though, Bless ready for the jump in.
Yep. So that takes us to 3-3 Whiskey. As shots are ringing out onto the dock, he's going to give himself a bit of a stim as the hatch drop occurs. Put himself down into sight. After having held library for almost a full 2 minutes. Huge time waste by the dock. Love it. Which means we now sit 3-3, and if we want to see that plant go off again, we're going to have to see this attack team get a little bit active here. Ooh.
Just taking shots all over the place, and just no one is connecting, but the time is wasting down. 54 seconds left.
Now they do have Womai stuff out. They know he's sitting on the stairs, which means they know they got one in sight. Oh, geez, now into a 2v2. Rotate back to sight. And it is going to be one taken off. The pre-fire through doesn't end up finding the shot. And some damage done onto Ash. Now in this 2v1, all resting on the shoulders of Bless, who's holding the long angle into A. Ooh.
Sense going to find another. Man, like we talked about there at the start of round 3, absolutely on fire right now.
Yeah, pull up that scoreboard. What are we sitting at?
Yeah, 1 sec.
4-1, so it's fairly standard as far as splits go. Right, AH2EZ find one more as long as they're able to keep up that same pace, structure on the attack side of it. Could be looking at some OT here for round number 1, for map number 1. This is feeling very good in the hands of Gotham City Janitors. This is a defensive-sided map. So going into it with the scoreline balance in your favor, if you can stop at least one attack, you're feeling pretty good in the back half of this round or map.
The other thing, too, though, is that, just to clarify, this is Gotham City Janitors map pick. So this was absolutely where they wanted to start the game off at. They're starting on attack because AH2EZ wanted to take that defensive hold here first on Chalet. But in a best of 5, when you've got a deep map pool, right, they obviously felt very comfortable going to this map to start this thing off because generally grabbing that first round win, right, putting yourself up feels like a good place to start. And originally the game was supposed to start a little bit earlier, but like we said, having this AH2EZ team needed to finish out a game in the ZCL ahead of time, so they are warmed up and ready coming in. But right now, this Gotham City Janitors team feeling like they were the more prepared.
Yep, round 6 here, last round of the first half of the first map, and we're going to see the Blackbeard back on the board. He's going to take a look up top. Start to put some pressure in towards that bomb site, and we're going to see Frost finding the first kill, and that's Iana off the board. Huge pick. His body bounce goes back in favor of AH2EZ.
Blackbeard's got that shield up, trying to find an angle in there, but got Mute playing on the wall, plus the Frost, as long as nobody crosses into those angles. But there's the nade.
Oh, my Lord.
Causing motion on the defensive side, right? Not able to get a kill, but definitely pushed him out of position, potentially into the waiting arms of an attacker, but does not connect for that one. Going to see Ace open up one of those walls to start with, though.
Man, so that is going to be Buck off the board, and Ace now putting us into a 5v2. It's the last, or it's just inside of 2 on the board. And yeah, the defense feeling pretty good. Gonna put themselves on a bit of a standard split, I'm thinking. Ash to find
There
her
it
live
is.
forfeit.
No. Oh. Everything
Jeez.
collapsed at the last second there. Bless finally getting to find another one there as Blackbeard jumped in. He's able to get a kill as he walks into sight, but Jaeger going to clean him up there as we head into the side swap, my friend. Made it to this point, so 4-2-1/2 on the attacking side. A little bit unusual, but again, that was Gotham City Janitors map pick here early in the best of 5. There was only 2 maps off the board when they got to pick this one, so sure they felt comfortable.
But we're going to see what the response is. As Gotham City heads to their defense, let's take a look at it. It's going to be pretty similar here, except for... Oh, man, I like this lineup. Okay, so it's Slowdown City, really, right? You got the Malupti, Azami, Castle, Legion, and Frost on the board. Those are all operators designed to slow you down. So what was the win condition here for AH2EZ? It was they have to maintain that same aggression on attack side. Well, this is the perfect counter for that, Whiskey.
It does feel like this is it's a good setup here, right? They've assessed how AH2EZ was going to play. We thought they were going to play a little bit more aggressive on defense. I don't think they really took that same level of aggression. Maybe they've slowed themselves down in more recent gameplay, and it had been working. Like you said, they made it all the way to the final in the XGS Monthly and lost to Carn & Co. So this is a team certainly that is used to winning games.
Since the site is downstairs, the rotate on the right makes a little bit more sense, right? Blocks you from getting hit by that main window. There's holding repel, but it also gives you a chance on the other side of it to fire onto the door with inside of some relative cover. And the side is 2F. I've never actually seen the rotate on the opposite side before between sites, so that was the first for me.
Yeah, interesting that they chose to run it that way, but here we are seeing them do it that. Oh, they have one of the walls open upstairs as well.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They say push it if you feel brave enough.
Making sure that this team feels uncomfortable as they try and push their way in, right? Normally you give the attacking team the ability to set themselves up and clear out any of the utility, but in this case they can't really walk up close to it, and they're going to try the impact trick. Not going to work though. Those Hibana pellets are going to go off and open it up.
I think you got some of them off, though. So not the full Hibana squeeze that they were wanting.
Yeah, yep, nailed it. They only got a small window into that site.
And there's the main window being opened up. Oh, and they just got pinged central. Let's go. Corrupt to find that kill. Putting body bounce in favor of AH2EZ here.
Yeah, standing still in the corner. It was not realized that she was droned out of that location. That's a tough loss there. Sense is at 10-3-1 in round 7, but can't carry this whole team on his back.
That's true. Or maybe he can.
Or maybe he can. You know what? Let's see what's going to happen. Show it to us, my guy. This is a great team on AH2EZ, though. That's why I'm worried he can't do it.
Okay, so smoke's starting to go down. They finally kill onto the Frost, and that is gonna stop that tactic right in its face. castle down to a 5 HP in a dream. 40 seconds left, but it's looking pretty good for the attacking team as they sit up in the body bounce.
Yeah,
4-1 in the play going down.
they were holding the vertical angle there on when the attacker jumped in. They had diffuser down, but the problem was he was watching that site too hard. Was able to get killed upstairs there from the attacker. But now Matt grabbing a double. He is on a fraction of health though, and runs across the open door there. Franklin ready for that cross as soon as he shot that drone. Gave him away and did not have enough health to survive a couple rounds from that DMR.
Black Eyes buff.
The Black
Easy
Eyes
kill.
buff. All right, getting closer to tying it up. That's another attacking win, right? We pull up the attacking wins for sure. They're in the 5 versus 2 defensive at this point.
Yeah, not too bad. One away from tying us up. And we're going to see... What site did it say? I missed it.
To see the basement, my guy. The basement.
The basement, brother. It's a fun site, right? A little bit tougher to defend, in my opinion, as there's so many avenues to get your kills in, be it from either set of stairs. We take the blue, trench, garage, snowmobiles. Lots of ways to get into this site. But they brought some fun operators to try and slow that down.
It's interesting.
After main
Tubarão is not banned, but hasn't been played, right? I wonder if you know, I don't know that we've definitively heard, has the FPS bug associated with his gadget truly been resolved as a part of the latest update? I don't know that I feel like we've found that definitively yet at this point. And if it continues to still be a problem, I feel like that's holding the teams back from playing him, because certainly in this basement especially, paired with a bandit, that could be a very effective combo for denying the breach.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is if the FPS bug is on and you have a gentleman's agreement, if you pull out the Tubarão, then it's live by the cav, die by the cav, rule number 37.
That's true.
We're going to use it too.
No, right now, finding some spots here. We've seen the Gotham City Janitors exploit some of these vertical holds from a defensive perspective a lot, right? Even more than some of the other teams. Usually you're seeing the attackers trying to exploit those vertical holds, but this has definitely been an important part of the Gotham City Janitors hold at this point. But haven't been able to convert it in a round win. It's just an interesting play style that's a little bit different than what we see normally.
Well, that's going to die to that shotgun. Oh, man, that's tough. Bandit going to get active with that one. That's body bounce tipped in favor of Gotham City. As you're seeing, Uzi just getting active on the stairs. Oh.
What a whiff. Going to be very disappointed in that. Looking back on it later, depending on how this goes, but the shoddy claiming the life there, that was unfortunate. Corrupt with another. Definitely, that looked like that was in IQ's hands to win.
Franklin getting active on the Twitch here, trying to bring his team back into contention, get all of that gadgets out. That extension util, especially those oil canisters, which can be so devastating for that late round play. It's 3-3 it gets evened up. Oh, 3-2, excuse me.
This push up, they knew that we had one of the attackers clearing out utility from downstairs and through the floor. Oh no, that was above. Matt was shoot. I thought we were seeing Legion take that shot from below, but no, that was Matt shooting from the first floor. So again, the defense playing the vertical very carefully here, and all up to Corrupt playing on the Brava. She's got a little bit of a longer angle, gonna need it to win the shotgun fight against Bandit. Gets one.
Oh my lord, it's 2? Hello. Oh, no.
Not rooting for any team, but man, I'd love to see the underdog win, even in a round v round scenario. Seeing Corrupt come back and clutch that, but not going to happen. Gotham City's going to take that one. Another defensive round, but still definitely on the lower side here. As we head into round 9, they now put themselves 1 round away from match point. And if you're just joining us, we appreciate you being here. This is the Outlast Contender League Grand Finals. We're in a best of 5, starting a little bit later than originally planned. at 7:30 because this AH2EZ had to play a game right before. It's a serious set of grinders playing a league match and then going into a best of 5. But this is map 1. We're gonna see Oregon, KAFE, Sky, and Nighthaven as the decider. If we make it all the way there, my friend.
Ooh, let's go. Highlight pick here. Clash gonna come on the board. Interesting. It brought shields to both the attack and defense side of the board. I wonder if that's going to be prevalent. I wonder if that's going to be in the ban rate phases coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you do see Clash banned occasionally as part of the ranked stack, but Ion's bringing her out. Love to see it.
Attack. Bringing out the Brava drone, and here what I love about that. In the age of intel and inches, you have to have the intel to gain the inches. Take that real estate. Brava going to be getting use of all of those cams should she get her clutch drones in place. Not much utility to steal outside of that, however. I think they were kind of thinking maybe the Falcon was going to make another appearance.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and that unfortunate, that Kiba not going exactly where AH2EZ was expecting it to go. There's the Brava coming out, looking for some of this intel to steal. Gonna be stuck with mostly the defaults.
Yeah, not mostly. That is it.
Oh yeah, they didn't even bring a bulletproof along. Normally you see in the castle bring out the bulletproof, but not in this case.
Decided they liked the hole they made with Havana on the last time, made another one to try to put on in.
That's a weird observer.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah, that was a bug on the observer side. Stuck on the drone screen.
You were on channel 3 instead of 4.
Oh man, that's an old joke, my guy.
Uh-oh. Nobody's going to get that. 5-3 now. As they're opening up those castle barricades, getting ready to deal with the castle now, or deal with the Clash. Still do have struggle getting that vertical. Oh, there we go. That vertical head.
Oh. One frost mat down. That's Blessed dropping into the frost mat there. In Piano got himself up, but since he had to do it himself, he is injured for the next 60 seconds. Not going to matter, though, as Uzi taking out Sense. That was part of this win conditions there, getting Sense off the board. He was the last left alive, so they didn't do it early, but they got him when they needed it.
That's true. That's true, and now, one away from tying it back up, baby, is AH2EZ trying to take us into that evened up score line, climbing back from that 4-2 deficit on the half.
Oh, let's go. I love that we're at this point in the first map of a best of 5, right? We saw this in the Outlast Arena League as well, as the first map went 8-7 the full 15 rounds. Neither team, you know, sometimes we talk about one of the teams wanting to like take a minute, not necessarily push if they get down, right? Go into the map that you feel more comfortable on. If you're AH2EZ, they picked Oregon as their second. That's the map that they played just recently here in the ZCL. So, but at this point right now, neither team wanting to give it up. Going to force it into overtime if required. I love seeing that dedication from both of these teams.
Yep, same. Now, we are going to see the Echo and the Shotgun, mind you, on the board again, as well as the Valkyrie. What does that mean? Bravo going to have a little bit more chance to play around this time, except for she's not going to be picked. So.
Oh, that's unfortunate there. Did they not suss out all of that extra intel that was available? That seems like a bit of a miss. But, you know what? These guys are the players, and so the strat that they've got in place likely exactly what they need to win. AH2EZ trying to find a way to tie it back up, get it to 5-5, and hold off Gotham City Janitors from pushing themselves one step closer to this first map win.
No, we talked about Sen quite a few times. We've watched quite a few of those kills, but silently stepping up is Uzi on the Ash, now sitting at 10-7 whiskey. Holy cow.
Not going to be anything silent about those ash charges as they try and find a way to open up some of these sight lines and clearing out defensive utility here upstairs, covering the bathroom and watching those highway windows, waiting for the run up. But right now, none of the defenders in a position to be able to push that. They're holding angles inside here, holding the piano, and playing the upstairs site again. I thought we might see more of the bathroom or the first floor play, but so far, not an important part of this defensive team's hold.
Yep, agreed. Ooh, and that's the first kill is left. Oh my lord, it's just falling apart for this defense now. But there's the answer back. It's Cuddle finds the kill on the Corrupt. But just like that, Whiskey, we find ourselves into a 4v2, all resting on the shoulders of Cuddle.
Another great shot there. Okay, so Sen's not giving up 11, 6, and let's call it 12 now. Finishing that one off. It's a 2v3. This is winnable. Caster cursed Ions right off the board, and now all up to Sense. Talked about that being the win condition, and it's literally going to have to be in this case, and completely locked down upstairs. This attacking team holding angles.
Ooh. Flash gonna ring out and disorient a zombie, but not afraid. Still holds the stairs. Oh my lord.
Oh, if they had swung on Sense at that exact moment, that was the kill they were looking for. But Franklin is gonna get it. He pushes up, making a lot of holes here with the DMR, and finally able to catch a zombie.
Okay, well, found a couple of wins now. Attacking side of it. That's gonna be Gotham City to take their time out, hoping to catch themselves on a match point scenario after this one. And folks, you see this utilized just like you do in any other sport. It's used to talk about what's going on your side of the board, what's going on with the enemy combatants, and try to slow down some of that momentum. Double-digit kills on both sides, Uzi and Franklin for AH2EZ, and Sen's bringing into that 12 and 7.
Let's go. Yeah, a great round there. Like you said, it's slowly making his way up, but both being impactful players here. Tied up 5-5 on map 1. Best of 5, and we appreciate it. There's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad you're here with us to support these players as we try and find out who is going to take home the Outlast Contender League Grand Final tonight. So, Oregon next, KAFE, Sky, and then the decider, if required, on Nighthaven. Really looking forward to seeing a Nighthaven decider because I love that map, to be honest, too. Chalet, for sure, my favorite, but I do love a good Nighthaven.
Oh, yeah. I love Nighthaven. The double verticality is just reigning supreme right now. Okay, next team to find themselves a dub is going to put themselves on that coveted match point scenario spot. Defense bring it to the table. Well, we're going to see a couple of, or at least see one off we haven't got to see this evening. Smoke makes their way back on the board for the 2F site. Do a little bit of holding down, I think.
That's right, completely rearranging this whole site with these shotguns, opening everything up. Smoke, an important part of that site setup, used to be an absolute must on the defensive hold, but ever since he lost his deployable, definitely his pick rate dropped off dramatically. It's interesting how sometimes just those small pieces of utility change can affect which operators become part of the current meta. Smoke definitely not part of it recently.
Yeah, agreed. So there's that rotate back on the other side, and I think back on the other side. And I think I understand why now. Ooh, man. Went for a bit of the spawn peak, gonna pay for his Hubris. His castle's ripped off the board. His dome piece missing. But I think that rotate on the right-hand side, giving them sight lines towards that breach, which they got half open, which I haven't seen before, but gonna be honest with you, I absolutely love.
Agreed. Like the way that they've got that set up. So this defensive team, all right now holding themselves upstairs, essentially no roam or very shallow roam at this point. No one in the basement. This push out into the library hallway, top blue, really the only piece.
That's gonna be top frag. Oh no, not top frag. As Franklin has named that spot. It's gonna be the Lion off the board. No trade to come. In fact, it's going to be Cuddle to find it on the Corrupt. Now we find ourselves in a 4v3 just inside of 2.
Again, we're seeing Slip trying to find a way to open up some more of these sight lines upstairs. Gonna do a bit of rotating, try and find another spot. And Buck is going crazy from below, and that Azami finally sends rotating down out of sight. We're seeing them expand the roam a little bit late in the round to great effect. Ascents grabs a double and is engaging for a triple here, and it's the last attacker left alive. Flash comes out, so all up to Slips now. And this is a tough climb back in a 1v4.
Yeah, no kidding. Looking like they might find themselves on a bit of a match point scenario here. But we've seen comebacks. We've seen the climb back. 1v4. If they feed him bodies, could be possible. And actually, we're getting some late round barricades instead, so it's going to be bunker down here for this defensive team.
Yeah, not gonna worry about throwing bodies at this point, right? This competitive siege, not ranked stack. So still trying to find a vertical angle here. Tons of them from this attacking team when they originally set it up, but Ion's gonna claim that. Look at this tiny hole holding the pixel there on the trophy window. Gonna take that one as we head into round 12 and our first for tonight. Match point, my friend.
Let's go. One round away from either seeing the end of map number 1 or some OT. I think the circumstances are pretty good here. I like the situation. AH2EZ need to find one. We get to see our first, not only OT, but our first OT of the evening.
And I believe that was another timeout buff coming in as the Gotham City Janitors taking that timeout and coming up with the win there immediately after.
Ayo. Okay, let's take a look at this defense. Head down to the basement for a bit of that nod towards nostalgia. It'd be a pretty standard setup for the basement, right? We've got the intel in the hands of the Valkyrie, a little bit of slowdown as Legion comes out. The area is now going to opt for Goyo instead of Smoke this round. And then
I like that for the basement hold, by the way. I like the Goyo pick instead of Smoke for the basement hold. Feels like you can cover so much more area. You have a little less control about when they happen, but because they're so long and you've got 4 of them, you can cover a significant larger area in that basement.
Not to mention, the weaponry that comes with Goyo is incredible. You either have Cage Shotgun or the Vector. I mean, you know, either weapon, a formidable force in the hands of the right person. And there's Amaru getting up top, and he hears that. Is he going to be able to face this contest? Is the contest going to happen?
No, we saw Matt rotate off that position and not going to be close there, but for sure they know that Bless is up here right now, not worrying about it though. As you hear those Flores drones go off, trying to open up some more of these sight lines.
Okay, first minute starting to wind down here for these two teams. As drones are doing what drones do best, sussing out where these defenders are. It's going to be slow down for that Amaru, as the first of the Vulcan canister is going to get detonated.
That's right, stuck on those solar stairs, or at least forcing her into another position. Warden able to grab one. They had him pinged out and got the push down. He's traded out though. That's Sen's going down 15-8-1 as he takes one along with him as he goes down.
Yeah, 4-4, minute 37 still left on the board. Go ahead.
No, I'm loving this game. It's not a blowout. It's close. It's got action on both sides. Right now, too close to call.
Yeah, absolutely. A war of attrition, but body balance is set in favor of AH2EZ. They still got to find a potential way to get down in and plant. That's going to be Flores to start trying to get rid of some of that extended utility they've got set up. So, oh man, gets the down. Gonna pistol pop to finish that one off, and now the hold from Blue gonna reign supreme. They still got this deployable that they on the back of one.
Yeah, they're gonna need to try and find a way to get that thing down. Flores has still got 2 more, so here it is, gonna be the push and try and get it in.
Sneaking his way up.
Oh,
look at that. Okay. Forgot about that.
What a toss from HOA. Great play, great heads up play there by the defender. Going to keep that shield in place. A couple flashes coming in. We're going to see Flores take another shot at it. Indeed, we are. He does not have another impact, so if he gets it on the shield, this one's going to stick. But 15 seconds left.
Oh my lord! And it just rapidly fell apart. Sheesh.
All right,
All right.
there it is. Victory 7-5 for the Gotham City Janitors. This was their map pick in this best of 5 to start it off. So they found the one they were looking for. Going to take down AH2EZ in the first. So we're going to get ourselves set up and ready to go to Oregon next, which is obviously the other team's map pick.
Yep. All right, so sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're going to have Naj on the mic giving you the who, what, when, where, and why. Ayo.
Let's go. What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players, as we get ourselves set up for the next map, which is going to be Oregon. We brought along a dear friend from the EU, from some of our other Grand Final cast, bringing in Naj as the analyst, just to break that one down real quick for us as we get ourselves set up. So Naj, tell me about it, my friend. What did you see?
Well, I saw a lot of things. I saw almost a ninja defuse in round one from Frost. She managed to get that defuse all the way down to just less than 2 seconds, I'm pretty sure, which is kind of crazy. Something that we haven't quite seen in one of these games yet, and it was almost there. Another one is just wanted to quickly run through the entry statistics. We had a conversion rate for the side of AH2EZ of their 7 opening kills of 71.4%. Pretty reasonable, fairly average, very, very good from the the side that had a pretty slow start in comparison to, or in conjunction to, Gotham City Janitors, who had 5 opening frags in that entire game and had a 100% conversion rate on them. And that is a really cool statistic, like very consistent throughout the entire game. Like the moment they got that opening kill was the moment they were able to just drive it forward and really get themselves into a position to actually be able to, win out the round and take it even further.
100%. That's wild.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. And then another one that I quickly had is on the top floor. They had a really cool Kiba setup with a little piece of geometry on that fireplace pillar, where they placed one on the back side of it in order to block off that canine window, which is one that I haven't really seen much before, but I have seen like once, and it was in like a pro game. And that's something that I'd really like to touch on, because I think the mechanical skill and sort of like the general game knowledge is something that is completely like a complete disparity between the teams, because I feel like on one side you've got the side of Gotham City Janitors, which seem to have like a little bit higher mechanical skill when it comes down to those sort of gunfights and the general sort of like positioning and knowing when to reposition, that sort of thing, like the general sort of things. And then on the opposite side, you've got AH2EZ, which seem to have like a much larger sort of knowledge of the game and like the way things work and things like that. And their setups are just so much more intricate in comparison.
Which does make sense, because that AH2EZ team had actually, made it all the way to the finals in the T3 and is pushing for those T2 spots. But they've both had some positions there where they've made it. So it's like you said, good gun skill, intricate setups. It's a great combo here. And I think we're just about ready to see what they're going to be bringing for Oregon. So checking back in with our man. Everyone ready?
Ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're going to get ourselves back into this game in just a moment.
Well, see you soon.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're happy to have you here. This is a best of 5, baby, and we are in the grand finals for the Outlast Contender League. I am still the Reverend Whiskey Glitter. He is still my partner and co-host, Mr. Whiskey Run. What you say, Whiskey?
Welcome back, my friend. We got to hear Naj break that thing down and go through all of the setups there. Like he pointed out, looking like Gotham City Janitors had a bit more mechanical skill to the AH2EZ more intricate site setup, which is interesting. I don't know that I would have said that coming out of what we saw from this AH2EZ team, or as they were known back in the Outlast Classic days, the Silly Geese team. That I would have said that they were not the more mechanically gifted from a gun skill perspective. So that was an interesting observation. But 100% conversion on opening frags, that's a stat that's tough to overcome. So we're gonna see how they handle it rolling in. Grim Band That's an interesting one. Definitely one of the first that we have seen in a while to see him off, but Ying certainly expected here as we roll into Oregon.
Oh, and there you go. You talked about the Tubero being the not being played and not being banned. Well, they're just going to say, you know, let's just get him out of here just in case. And with the Fenrir ban, that means 2 players that we don't normally get to watch are going to be on the board, and that's the Dokkaebi and the Solus. Now, are they going to be used? Solus, for sure. Dokkaebi, we'll see. I think she's devastating, right?
I think almost certainly we'll see both of those at some point in the map, right, to start with. But if they're starting off in the basement, having the Mira, the Goyo, the Breach Denial of the Kaid and the Azami, those are really important pieces of it. And if Warden is going to be playing in that 90 corner, in that elbow, right, this is a setup. I think we'll probably see Solus come in on some of those upper sites where they might have a little bit more of a roam game setup.
Interesting. Well, let's take a look at it. Bunker Wars style, baby. Heading down to the basement for round number 1. And you're going to bring some familiar faces to the board, right? If Mira's on the board, almost guarantee you're going to see her on the basement here. 1 to go on the bunker to watch, and potentially 1 on the closet or the freezer area, depending on your preference choice. Azami is the highlight pick here. It's not banned out yet again, which means she'll be utilized. Able to set up some really great trench warfare style gameplay, and you can already see one of the Kiva barriers on that main stair area, which is going to force you to either expensive utility to get down these stairs, or you're going to have to break that thing down manually or crouch. Either way, it's going to put you into a tough position, especially with Warden holding there.
So the interesting one, or the expected one there, like you called it, Dokkaebi out, and Bless and bringing her out immediately, and bringing Franklin. So the Twitch plus the Ash together, right? This is a combo setup to get rid of all of those Goyo canisters and the Mira windows. But who's he gonna fall early off the board? So now all up to Franklin and those Twitch drones to try and clear out some of this defender utility. Does not want to go down early at this point. Want to get that utility in place first.
And still can, of course, utilize the Ivana if they need to, right? Get that long distance breach going. Oh, no Mira on that one, actually.
Yeah, she opted for the freezer instead of watching the bunker. Oh, and that was that too? She's got no more Twitch drones left. One got shot on the... Oh, no. One is hiding there behind the barrels. Lost one, I think, on the stairs.
Okay, so body balance is tipped in favor of Gotham City here. As last minute and 30 going to start ringing out. And speaking of ringing, there's the phones going off from Dokkaebi, sussing out where the heck these defenders are laying at. And, of course, she also brings that DMR, which in the hands of the right person, absolutely devastating. I'm pretty sure it's still Onigiri who holds the record for kills, if I'm not mistaken, and he did it off the back of that DMR.
Yeah, that's right. And we thought we were going to see Azami push it. We are going to see it. Corrupt going to go ahead and give himself a little bit of boost here before taking that engagement.
It did get that Kiva barrier down, so it is free walking outside of the barbed wire. And there you can hear those Mana pellets starting to open up. We call her the Hatch Queen. That's because hatches are her thing. Get open that vertical presence, start to put some pressure on. Warden, you can hear his special little glasses going out. You're going to open up and try to force them out of that blue hole, but not going to be necessary. Spinka going to find the kill on the Warden, now taking this into a 4v2. The long shot down into Laundry, not going to find anything. Flash is just dropping like crazy. Start to see this attack team start to go for the fight.
That was the important ones that they needed, and going to get taken from behind. Corrupt and Blessed to finish it off. Yeah, as soon as we saw Corrupt on the Finca take down both of the operators playing at the bottom of the stairs with Sense and Ions falling there, that was huge, right? That was the difference in the round. It's all they needed to gain all of that control for the hatch drop. Plus a little bit of rotate there from behind in Laundry to finish off this defense. And AH2EZ going to go up 1 on their first attack.
All right. So a little bit of the same setup here as we saw in map 1. Attackers getting active early. Means we're not going to run it back in the basement. Defense going to opt to go up to that location. Try a bit of a different tactic here, and it's going to employ again that slow down tactic that we saw in map number 1 with the castle, the Azami, Malusi. Look for that area denial. The only one they're missing from that original slowdown city is the Legion. Oh, and the Frost. Okay, so they have 3 slowdown out.
It's a little bit of a different setup there, but okay, bringing out the bulletproof cam. We talked about whether or not they had that extra piece of utility, and they're going to opt for the strategy of leaving main breach half open again. Talked about that being important parts of this attacking team. Can't get themselves set up easily if they make their way in through this bedroom take. So, and you're going to see HOA playing very close to that. Going to go for the armory side here to start with, though.
Yep. I like this new breach half open setup, and we're seeing it just across the board as far as map go. Big fan, that's for sure. Amaru getting to see if she can set up.
Yeah, that's her laying on the ground, and they've got one of the holes in attic already open. So does this? Yes, of course the defending team knows Castle playing in that location, but right now Bless just taking his time holding down that location, and Franklin going to be the first to fall though, but traded out Corrupt taking down Ions.
And that's a huge pick, right? Because her gadget needs to have time to be able to be utilized. So if you're not alive for more than half the round, that means there's some Kiba barriers left in pocket.
Gonna continue to push, but Matt playing the castle takes down Bless. Thought he had a little bit of attic control. Gonna push in. Not gonna amount to anything though. As Smoke dropping another one. His Smokes here, and this using the Kiba barrier to hold the half open main breach. Yeah, they've got him droned out, but he's still got this shoddy playing close here.
Yeah, he gets spotted out, but he gives the big so what. Now, here's the problem. 2 members of the defense on really low HP in a dream. Bullet for 2 going to take them off the board. So they're going to have to find headshots, or it's going to be a good night situation for them.
Right on the attacking team, they still have got 2 Finka boosts left. They got 40 HP left if they're going to need it. This defensive team desperately could use that right now.
That is the truth. And there's some damage on Sens, now taking her down to a low HP. But they're going to find Fink off the board. No HP going to be utilized from her. And that's, oh my lord, and just like that, situations have reversed. Uzi to find the triple kill. 49 seconds left, and we're in a 1v1 showdown. Malusi holding the angle. She gets the intel. He takes the shot, but it's not going to make a difference as they're just going to rotate around each other here. Boop. Oh, man, missed opportunity there. Gonna look for those shots. It's the reload, push up, 1v1, Western Showdown. It's gonna be the attacker winning.
Uzi winning that fight there. I thought for sure we were gonna see the defender win it based on what we saw just right previous to that. A little bit of a whiff, and that's unfortunate to lose that. AH2EZ and the attacking team taking 2. This is very much mirroring what we saw on Chalet. So if you're just joining us, we're on map 2 of this best of 5. Gotham City Janitors taking the first 7-5. It was their map pick. Now we roll into Oregon, AH2EZ's map pick. And we just saw, if depending on where you came, we just got to see Goose and Chaka cast this one on the Zenith League right before. So AH2EZ feeling very set up here in terms of their Oregon play. Having just spent another competitive map playing. It's like a scrim before game day.
Yeah, big shout out to them as well. Goated casters. It was super fun to watch. Made the game very interesting. Now let's head into round number 3, my friend. And so if on map number 1, we saw it play out. Excuse me, we saw it play out where it was 4-1 in the initials, or 3-0, excuse me, 3-0 in the initial before we saw that first time out. I wonder if AH2EZ comes up again, if Gotham City is going to be able to, or going to utilize that same situation. Boy, I can't even talk.
Well, exactly kind of what we thought might happen there was seeing the Solus come out when they moved themselves upstairs. So Matt bringing the Solus out, an important part of the defensive lineup there, and just putting a little bit of pressure on these stairs, it looked like, but going to back off a little bit. And joining this attacking team. We haven't seen her very much. The Nook coming out, Franklin bringing that, and she's cast her cursor right off the board. Sorry about that, Franklin. The Nook gonna go down early. Not sure if Matt was actually caught using the gadget as sussing out exactly where she was pushing in from.
Either way, it was the easy kill, and Uzi gonna find another easy on descent as we find ourselves in a 4-3 here. AH2EZ looking to find their 3rd round in a row and looking pretty good as they start to set it up. Love all these crazy rotates. You can get really active all the way around the map. Wow. What a shot. And then the P90 going to find one on the slips, taking us into a 3-2. It's HOA up top, holding that hole. Was up top, holding that vertical pressure, but he gets taken down by Bless in that devastating DMR yet again, and that's the plant starting to go down.
Yep, they've got full meeting control there. Uzi going to get that one down. So now Matt no longer in a position to wait. They've certainly got a little bit of an angle on where he was, and Corrupt going to take the long shot with the DMR into the kitchen, claim that life. He's just taking shots, and we're going to see this map mirrored out exactly as we roll into the first time out here. Going to see AH2EZ take 3 in a row. Gotham City Janitors going to take their first time out, just like wild that we're seeing the same situation play out here, my friend.
No kidding. No kidding. Means I think Nighthaven is looking closer and closer like something that could be on the board as a decider map if we just keep mirroring rounds. I'm here for that.
For sure. We talked about how Chalet, my personal favorite map, but Nighthaven is becoming a close second. As we love to see that when you don't get to see it so often, because in the best of ones or even in the best of threes, Consulate and Nighthaven continue to have very high ban rates, and we just don't get to see them nearly as much. And finally, we get ourselves a best of 5, and it's on the board.
You said finally we get a best of 5. Haven't we? Isn't this our 10th best of 5 this year, my friend?
All right, yes, true story. Yeah, this is our 10th grand final we've had a chance to cast here in 2024. And like we said, there's a lot of Siege you could be watching. Glad you are here with us again tonight as we watch and support these teams in the Outlast Contender League, seeing who is going to take this on. Now, there is money associated with winning this, and the determines which placement they get for the relegation and promotion matches into the OCS, which is going to be starting here very shortly. We'll throw up that graphic. Believe the qualifiers are in February.
Let's go.
Winning this is a promotion match directly in, can be a direct shot into that league without needing to qualify. That's why it's important for them to be able to win this round. Determines the seeding on those matches.
So the defense going to run it back to the 2F location, and an interesting stat just comes through. Gotham City has taken the entry on every single round, so not able to find a win. So a bit of a switch up from the earlier statistics that were going on.
Yeah,
AH2EZ look like they're claiming this map.
Yeah, for sure. Like we talked about, this is their map pick, so very comfortable on Oregon as they head their way in. Sometimes we talk about maps, whether or not they're defensive and attacker-sided, but when you get into competitive Siege with great teams, a lot of times it's more about which ones they're more comfortable on, love to play, as being the defining factor, and that's what it looks like here on Oregon for AH2EZ.
Yeah, agreed. Now we do have HOA playing up top, kind of expecting that Amaru play that isn't coming.
Look at that, the Kiba barrier up there protecting him. He's trying to get a couple angles. See, is somebody going to get on Repel here for the armory take? And nope, he's going to rotate himself out with nobody getting aggressive and holding that angle. Who's he going to be the first, though, from that armory area?
Yeah, that's going to be Warden taken off the board. Ooh, the shots ring out as the top breach goes off. Uzi to find a double now. Pushing into sight, already just having an incredible game, sitting at 7-1. And it's Nook underneath on the slow creep.
No way, didn't get...
Oh my Lord.
Ions grabbing a double. I thought Ions was going to lose his life there. That was unfortunate, but no. Boy, trades ringing out all over the board, all down to Sense. Frag leader in that previous map, having an incredible game to start off. This one, not as good. He's going to find the important one, though, as Bless and Sens all up to these two. And it was Bless making her way, the Nook, through the basement. Trying to find a spot here for where to push in. Gonna give that position away though, as that Malusi goes off with a minute left, so plenty of time.
Yeah, no kidding. A ton of time on the board. It's low health Malusi taking on Nook and that. Oh man, that FNG. And we find ourselves yet again in a similar situation of this 1v1 showdown inside of dorms here.
It's wild that exactly the same fight here. Who is going to win it, though? Boy, Sen's looking like going to be the one that takes it.
Ooh.
And I don't know if I just cast or cursed that, but I apologize, Sens, because Bless is going to win that. FMG9 rings out, catches the player behind the bed. That was what they needed, or didn't need, as it were, for AH2EZ going up 4-0. If you're an AH2EZ fan, you're pretty happy right now as they roll in 4-0 on Oregon.
Timeout buff not being in play on that one.
Well, there's a reason it's not 100%, my friend.
That's the truth. Yeah, big heads up play by the Nook there, almost as if she was counting the bullets, right? Waited for the shots, peek, and then once the reload starts to happen, it's the full swing. End the round, and it's 4 up by AH2EZ. So now, here's a difficult situation. It's not terrible, right? Because it's still in that standard split frame line. But Gotham City really needs to come up with a dub here, at least to get themselves on a 5-1 split.
Well, you know what the big problem we're seeing here, though, is we have not seen Gotham City has made the full rotate. We've played Basement, we've played Kitchen Meeting, and we've played 2F here on all 4 rounds. They have not found success on any of them. So we can't even go back to which site do they think they've got a good chance of winning, because right now they haven't been able to find success on any of them. That feels like obviously a huge problem here for this team as they roll in round 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is tough. C4 going to ring out, but not going to claim anything, except for give a little bit of that vertical pressure that can be applied now. As Ash was taking a look through it. Uzi, 8-2. He's having a phenomenal game, Uzi.
Yeah, for sure. Got almost this entire defensive team, I was going to say, bunkered back down, but that's Ions and now HOA rotating back up. And there's the Dokkaebi sussing out the roam game. Oregon, a little bit of a big map, a little bit spread out, full 3 floors, so that's the ability for her to suss those out, really important part of the game, and it's going to cause HOA to rotate back down here to the basement.
Okay, first minute off the board as the drones start to suss out where the heck these defenders are lying at here. Ooh, and it's going to be a Mira on the other side of the ball as well. So a little bit of a change up here. Normally you see that put onto the right side, but it's that corner swing that's going to be devastating should the Vector find somebody.
Yeah, I wonder if they're anticipating the fact that potentially they're not expecting somebody to play in the corner with the Mira window on the other side. There's that Ash coming out. They're going to crack the window. And yes, playing in the freezer. Lord. That is exactly what it looks like they went for. Not expecting Mira to be playing in the corner with the soft wall being close to the chassis.
So that equalizes us up as Corrupt and HOA get taken off the board. Huge fix, but it's going to be, oh no, and it starts to fall apart. Franklin in that L85. Going to claim 2 lives. Warden put it on his blast. It's not to be flashed. Boy, they are sending the whole house and the kitchen sink here. And now it's all on the shoulders of Warden. He's going to be dealt with swiftly. Is that Franklin on a quad?
Yes, it was, my friend.
Man, we could break out the barbecue sauce for that one. That was 4 kills in a matter of like 12 seconds.
Yeah, Franklin going crazy and utilizing that Thatcher in the way that we've seen him more often used here in the competitive scene, clearing out the defensive utility. Not as part of a breach necessarily, but cams, Malusi traps, mute jammers, all of that down when he tosses those out, and looked like worked out in their favor. They go 5-0 to start off their map pick. Gotham City Janitors, you look good on Chalet, and it's falling a bit apart here as we roll into Oregon. Now, the next map, Cafe, go back on their map pick, so might see a rejuvenated team as we roll into that one, but it's not over yet. It's just a bit of a tough climb now at 5-0.
So what is who's attacking first on Cafe?
Gotham City Janitors, being their map pick, these teams definitely took the standard approach. Everybody picking defense as a side choice when they had the option.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Could be a back and forth all night long, man. That's what I'm looking at. Now, here's where we find ourselves, Whiskey, is Gotham City not having found a round win yet. A bit of that mental chalk starting to kick in here, right? We need to get one on the board to go into your attacking half. But the thing is they were a great attacking team on Chalet. So finding, oh my lord.
No. The bullets flying everywhere. He had Warden was playing, could have opened up the door for him. That seemed a bit uncoordinated. It was great to take out the attacker, but just felt uncoordinated on the defense to try and get back in the building.
He said, "Got mine." Oh, so funny. Another trade rings out, taking us down into a 3v3. Is Zombie going to start closing off this attic area completely, leaving even the drone in a bit of a question mark on how to get through.
Yeah, they got that thing locked down. Oh, geez. I thought for a second there we were seeing HOA do a little bit of a rubber band dance, and I'm glad he's not dropping, but it looked like that could have been a problem.
Okay, so got some attic control, and there it is again. Now, here's the deal. Since they're all connected, it's only going to take 3 hits, and I think most of them are going to fall. But the timing of this has got to be incredibly important, because if you hit it, she swings, it's over for you.
She's got to get the drone over, and Slips takes down a zombie. That was huge. That was the attic control. Now it's all down to HOA and Sens, and not nearly in as comfortable position as they were.
A little bit of damage goes out as
Look
onto
at
Franklin.
this.
Oh man, he's ready. Oh, this could be huge. Oh, nope. Not going to opt for it. However, it's all now resting on the shoulders of Malusi, who takes a bunch of long shots down towards Masters. Rotate into attic, finds one, looking for a second here, but the Amaru comes in through the window. Now a bit of a pinch going on. Got the backwards and the forwards to deal with here.
No, downed.
Oh, no.
It was a true 1v1.
Wow. Now yet again, we find ourselves in the standoff here. 1v1. Grab the case, go plant.
Yep, and it's going to have to try and fake plant this over and over to try and find the defender to push up on it. But no, it's going to wait.
Pros don't fake. Whoa. Yowza. Pros don't fake. That's the call. That's rule number 9. You know that. Pros don't fake.
That's true, but I definitely expected that when it got down a little bit closer there, we're going to see her go for the kill instead. But wow, 6-0. AH2EZ absolutely being dominant here on Oregon. Gotham City Janitors saying it wasn't part of their warm-up. It certainly was. Like we said, AH2EZ got to play this in ZCL immediately preceding their game here. So feeling very warmed up as they roll in. Going to see AH2EZ go to the basement for what could potentially be the last round here on Oregon before we take ourselves to Cafe. Gotham City has got a huge uphill battle. Got to be perfect for 6 in a row to force OT at this point.
No kidding. It's not impossible. We've seen it happen before, but it's not very probable, right? Especially because AH2EZ is just looking like Oregon. Not only was it their map to pick, but it is their map. Let's talk about this defense, Whiskey. We got ourselves some slowdown here as Castle's going to be utilized. A little bit of intel. No, a lot of bit of intel. It's both Valkyrie and Echo on the board. So 5 separate pieces of intel to be used here, not to mention the disruption capabilities of those yokai drones. Lesion to slow them down, and then, of course, the coveted Soulless being on the board.
Definitely late reinforcement there. Slip playing upstairs, and going to see some of these attackers start to make their way in. Going to see Slips. Oh, going to get droned out here, and going to take a shot before, I think, getting out of there, playing her life at this point. Pretty early to be by herself upstairs if there's 2 attackers pushing in.
Yeah, but if you can keep him distracted for the next minute, then you've really done your job here. Flash rings out as he is holding a very cheeky angle. Oh, doesn't find anything on it, however. It's going to be the rotate back down, drop hatch, and get the heck out of there.
That's right, but still in a dangerous position, playing right below the hatch.
Oh,
Franklin,
my lord!
A triple to start this off, on pace for an ace to start off. 9-4-2. Absolutely being crazy. This AH2EZ team firing on all cylinders right now.
Solus can find the dome shot onto Cuddle, and that is one trade back, but Bless gonna take this, and you heard Chaka say it earlier in their match, and I'm gonna say it now. AH2EZ making it look too easy. It's a flawless victory on this 7-0. Holy crap.
Wow, what a round there. Uzi coming out as the MVP. A great game played by them. Like you said, at Oregon, for sure, their map. Feeling extremely good at this point. So we're going to get ourselves set up for KAFE. And before we head into that map, we're going to bring back our EU analyst, Naj, to break that one down. Although, with the flawless, I imagine it'd be pretty quick. So sit back and relax, my friends.
That's right. When we come back, it's map number 3. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Seed spectators and players. Well, guess what? We're happy to have you here. It's map number 3 coming your way, but first, we're going to get our resident analyst, Naj, to give you the who, what, when, where, and why of what went down on that 7-0.
Well, we had a complete whitewash going into Oregon, as we've seen from the very quick 7-0, and something that they did say in the match chat after the game was over, because, you know, we can hear the comms and stuff, like, when they speak in game. The side of GCJ haven't won a single round in 2 matches of Oregon, which is kind of nuts when you really think about it. But something I'd really like to touch on is 4 of the 7 opening picks went the way of GCJ, which means they went from that Chalet 100% conversion rate to a quick and easy Oregon 0% conversion rate on 4 opening picks of the 7 rounds. So that's kind of insane. Like, I don't know what you guys make of that, but that's a really, really like harsh pivot. And I think on the more even maps, we could see AH2EZ really come out on top, and that'll could really be where they shine. And we could see some 7-3, 7-4 scorelines coming up.
That's what we're definitely hoping to see. I mean, a blowout is fun if you're a fan of one side, but if you're a fan of the other, devastating, especially from a mental perspective for that team. So, like you said, I definitely want to see a little bit closer as we roll into KAFE.
Well, speaking of closer, in Oregon, something we had was the actual round difference. When they were actually playing the rounds, it was a lot closer. And the trade game was there for both sides. On every single opening pick in the first 5 rounds, there was an immediate trade. So, yeah. There you go.
All right. Well, you heard it here first, folks. We're going to take a look now at KAFE, map number 3. We've been guaranteed 4 by both teams winning 1, so I'm very curious how this is going to play out. It's similar setup to what we saw in 1, right? Gotham City going to be on the attack. They definitely favored that whenever they were on Chalet. Let's see how bands are going to ring out.
AH2EZ banning out the Ying again, so she hasn't made an appearance yet in this best of 5. Not going to start now as we roll into KAFE. This one was a bit of a, could be an off pick, could be the Dokkaebi. I mean, for sure, KAFE is a huge map, 3 full floors, the big cube. I think it's still likely it's going to be her. Ooh.
Oh. The Twitch pick, another off pick, Whiskey.
Well, I mean, we did see Franklin play on Twitch and with the DMR to great effect there on Oregon. So we're going to see them wanting to use the mirrors, right? Having Twitch not available to try and clear out more of that defensive utility when they get on their defensive half. I think that would be my guess, is they don't want to have to deal with the Twitch, because she was definitely devastating. Seemed like AH2EZ played her very well, was prepared to use her as part of their attacking strat, so try and disrupt that flow.
Agreed. So who's going to be the last one? I'm curious. I'm wondering, and it is Azame. So Sola's going to be left on the board, and for a map like KAFE, this big square that sometimes can be difficult to even just get inside of, Sola's being played here could be really freaking huge. Now, of course, we did see the Dokkaebi not banned out, so we're going to see her picked immediately, almost first.
Yeah, for sure, going to see her played. Having Twitch off the board, definitely, I think, could be a boost here to the Gotham City Janitors, and for sure, they also get to start off, right, on the attacking side, so they get to play her immediately, play the Dokkaebi immediately, so I think they're hoping to build up enough of a lead that can weather any sort of a storm that AH2EZ throws at them from an attacking standpoint on the second half of this map.
Ooh, and we're going to see, potentially, the Cali come out as another way to deal with that Mira, who is, of course, cropped up here. On the defense, let's talk about it. Head up to 3F. Start us out, pretty standard here. You can kind of interchange the Bakery and 3F. kitchen area and 3F as which one's going to be the primary, but generally we're seeing 3F first. Be no change here. The fun pick, however, because there is no Azami on the board to create that that slowdown, to create those barricades and funnel the attackers into their kill tunnel, we're going to see the castle come out instead.
I think, like you call it out, we've seen Castle have a bit of an increased pick rate for sure across the maps, right? The ranked stats be damned, part of a comp strat, an important part of that. But yeah, Ion's bringing out the Cali. Interesting that we get it, and not along with the Ash as the second alternative to trying to clear out the mirror windows. And there it is! She gets one, but she had to put herself in harm's way in order to get that shot off. That's the advantage of the Twitch. Able to take out those windows without putting the operator in danger. Ion's going to fall quick, but that is one window down.
One window and one man, and that takes us, well, one woman, takes his body balance into the favor of AH2EZ. As we find ourselves in a 5-4 situation. And did you see that cheeky little peek towards Skyline?
I did.
We're gonna have to write that down. Ooh, the trade out now. Franklin getting taken off the board, and that's a pretty huge pick because Franklin was active on map number 2 here.
Still got one of those windows, and for sure we're seeing this defensive team play behind it. So they've got one down, one still in their arsenal here. And look at this, we're seeing Bless play downstairs and gonna suss her out. She's in a very dangerous position. You got three attackers here down on the second floor, gonna take the engagement. Matt gonna clear her out. Knew that was dangerous to be down there, and that's the risk of the Dokkaebi.
And there, yeah, I'm about to say that's the risk of the Dokkaebi. Not only did that phone go off, and immediately the 3 attackers turned towards that location and moved on them like sharks. But now they've got the intel. So all of your defaults, all of your Valkyrie cams, anything that you brought to the table that was intel and a cam-wise, it now belongs to the enemy team. It's 3-3, Whiskey.
That's right. Seeing Corrupt and Slips try and find a way to play. Plus Uzi playing behind there. Gonna bust out the glasses to have an angle in. But playing on this window, you can see the attackers have a small angle there from the new Valks and trying to get some shots on him. He's gonna lose his glasses here in a second. But there is, wow, look at that. The Hibana coming out right in the middle of the glass.
Yeah, that'll make it difficult. Okay, 10 seconds left. Find ourselves in a 1v2, all on the shoulders of HOA. He's got to find 2. He's got the cues on where they're at. Be a too little, too late scenario. Potentially a 1v1. Did he get it? Oh, jeez.
Corrupt is gonna take it. I thought for sure we were gonna see the defense take that one, and a 2v1 as Dokkaebi rounded the corner, but no, loses it. Lives just long enough to get taken off the board there by Corrupt.
That's a round in front of AH2EZ, Whiskey.
We have said this before, but another Corrupt 4K.
Wow. Robbed of his ace. He was on pace for the ace. So that's now eight unanswered rounds in the hands of AH2EZ. Gotham City needs to find something to get that momentum going. They decided they're going to switch it up. Bring the Monty out to play. I like that call.
So this is Gotham City Janitors map pick, right, as we roll in through this best of 5. So they've got to play on attack first. Maybe not their more comfortable half, but maybe why they chose to bring along the Dokkaebi as part of it. And Slips ready and waiting for a run out or a spawn peek. Oh, gonna off that window, maybe just trying to grab a drone. But I think I was expecting them to come out a bit stronger on the attacking side. Was not a bad round, but still was definitely in favor of AH2EZ. It felt more like they had that one. Got close in a 1v1 at the end, but it didn't feel like they had won it to get to that position.
So we head back down to Bakery, and we've got a new face on the board. It's going to be the Thorn. And I love the Thorn call, right? She had a rework not too long ago, giving her the 1-5. But her gadget is huge, right? It's definitely good for its lethality, for its down ability, but also because it is loud. You can hear that thing all the way across the map. So you can hear that push starting to come in, whether it does any damage or not. It's a great sound cue. And then Legion on the other sound cue.
Look at this. They had no defensive utilities set up in Bakery there to slow down Monty. Ion's making his way all the way in to Small Bake and putting some pressure here on Legion, who's playing in coat.
Oh.
And gonna get the kill on the... tell me about it, because what we're seeing there, Monty getting engaged and fighting.
Yeah, well, here's what we just watched, right? He smoked out the head hole, so he didn't have to worry about his back getting shot as he pushed up into the Legion. It was a super heads-up play, and it netted him the kill. The trade, however, did happen. Nomad got ripped off the board just immediately afterwards. Boy, that's a real Monty right there.
And he is covering a tremendous amount of this area we've seen. All the way pushed all the way up into Bake. Small Bake got the kill in coat and now getting himself set up in the kitchen cooking area. And that's the plant going down.
No way.
We're gonna see Echo. No, he's gonna go for the kill rather than use the drone to try and deny it. Now Monty getting himself set up in the corner to block this diffuser. This is gonna be a tough take here from the defenders. There's 2 attackers left, and they've got 2.5.
Oh, and that's the Monty taken off the board by the impact. That's Pokeball Whiskey.
Let's go.
So now it's a 2v1. Oh, a 1v1. Oh my lord. Oh.
The shoddy.
Time to get there. Yeah, she is.
The shoddy coming out from Solus. Was going to talk about that earlier. Playing the shotgun, not the common choice there for the Solus, but AH2EZ not interested in what's common. Slip's gonna take that one and win it in a gunfight. That one felt significantly better on the back of some great Monty play there from Gotham City Janitors, but they could not convert that into a round win.
Well, it was a great plant, right? But unfortunately, the damage had been done. He was planting in a 4v3 scenario. So trade-out game was going to be quite in favor of the defense, and being so, they find themselves 2. But, man, that was a TED Talk on how to use Monty play there. The smoke on the head holes to take Legion out, the push-in, the not afraid of the vertical play. I mean, just every bit of that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'd love to see it, and we saw Franklin playing upstairs in this 2F site, putting some pressure down there on Small Bake, but because it was the Monty pushing in, couldn't convert that into a kill. So now they're gonna take the 2F site and play mining and kitchen to mining. Oh, dining.
What? Mining? Yeah, you're right.
You know what? It happens.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about the defense. They brought the castle along. It's a strat you see utilized up top. It's the Castle Mira combo. And it's effective, right? You have to go push this 3F area. You have to get them out of that vertical play, which means you have to devote a lot of manpower and resource and utility to getting rid of those castle barricades, those miras, and then taking the vertical, and it's not even the site yet, right? So you have to put all of this attention, all of this time waste up top, and they didn't go reading, so it's you know, less potential for that quick plant unless they go through the window.
Yeah, that's right. It's definitely a more difficult site here to try and put a quick plant on, and they're holding down this. It feels like a dangerous position, playing pillars there. Look at that drone coming in, some angles that they can come in from the window or from the hell position there below Newbout. But this team, they've got basically top floor control and pushing down red now at this point.
Jeez, let's go.
There's pressure coming out there from Bless trying to find a way in and take down Matt, but they do have now have complete top floor control.
No, I don't think so. Right, there we go. There's the kill on to Franklin as Body Bounce gets closer to getting evened up here, and they're starting to push in. Habana trying to get active towards Cocktail here. It's the Mira. Uzi to find one. Pushes around into Freezer. Oh, just misses out on looking where the Habana was. They are going to get that mirror taken care of. However, oh, here we go. Can they hear each other? Oh, my
Yeah.
lord. Is the back and forth? Yeah, they can. There's the flash that rings out. Doesn't get her, though. Oh!
Oh, yes, absolutely going to catch her. Though that was so close between those two players, and the C4 from Uzi going to come out and finish that one off. That was some great back and forth there from those two players. They absolutely should have been able to hear each other. The question is, do you swing on somebody that's got that potentially the angle on you, right? Swing or be swung. And now we're seeing AH2EZ push themselves up 3-0 again. Again now, taking this, and this is looking really tough for Gotham City Janitors. They played great on Chalet, won that 7-5. We're in this best of 5 though, and we've got to see them come alive to continue to push this. Otherwise, it's going to be over too soon, my friend.
Yep, agreed. Agree with you 100%. And now that, of course, leaves us in 10 unanswered rounds by AH2EZ. And that, of course, starts to play in the mental. So I was going to talk about it being a best of 5 and how, since AH2EZ's already had a league game earlier, that they, potentially start to see some of that fatigue wear in, where those mental mistakes can start to kick in. But at 10 unanswered rounds, it seems like they're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, that's right. That first round was the warm-up. That was the one that Gotham City Janitors felt the most comfortable on. Obviously, it was their initial map pick. Now, as we roll into their second map pick, like you said, 10 unanswered rounds. Even if it's theirs, I don't think they're feeling nearly as comfortable as they did on that first map.
Okay, so let's talk about it. This attacking team bringing a couple of new ops to the board. We see Sledge and Grim. Grim banned out on the last map, being utilized. But he's huge, especially for this. Oh, there we go. Huge pick. Is Amaru gonna rush in and take Bliss off the board? And that's body bounce. Oh, jeez, that's body bounce tipped in favor of Gotham City here. It's flash to go out, and he is now stuck in the laundry area. I think he wants to go up.
Yeah, they got the bees in place. He's going to go up and... Nope. Corrupt was ready for that play, even though they had the bees in place. Going to lose that one, but that was body balance in favor for them for just a moment. It's now tied back up 2-2.
Okay, 2-2, and starting to push into that site area. Oh, there we go. The double rings out. Uzi just can't be stopped.
Playing the Warden, they just lined up for him. Unfortunate there from the attacking team to lose that way, to go down 4-0 again. Boy, this is looking really tough. This is, this Gotham City Janitors team made it to the top 6 in the E2 qualifiers before they were eliminated. So this is a T2 the team that was pushing for T2. Didn't quite make it, but it felt much more like they were on the cusp than what we're seeing here tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. It's starting to fall apart here on KAFE on their map pick. But here's the deal. It's not wholly unexpected, the 4 rounds in favors of the defense. We can see Gotham City come alive for just 1 or 2 rounds here. They're going to feel pretty good going into their defensive half. But that's the thing. We can't let it play out like it was playing out on the last map. They have to find one, and they have to find it on this round, or we're looking at a pretty serious situation.
Agreed, my friend. Got to find a way to win one. The first map, they went a 4-2 split. That standard put them in a position to be able to continue to come back, win 7-5. It's exactly what they need here. Got to get closer to that standard split.
So second verse, same as the first here. Ooh, hat reminder. Let's go. Just a fun little instance here. We had a chance to go to the Atlanta Major, and while we were there, we got one of their hats. That hat got signed by a bunch of people, and so we decided, as a thank you to everybody that's been hanging out with us for the stream, we're going to be giving that hat away. Some notable names on that: Pangu, Bolo, Kino, Spirits, and Spoits. And we only need 30 more followers for that giveaway to activate. So we just want to say that we appreciate the hell out of all you guys.
like we say all the time, there's a lot of Siege you could be watching. We're glad you're here with us, supporting the players and the league. Get a chance to see who is going to win the money and push themselves up. Is he going to die to it?
Oh.
Yes, not able to take down. That was a we got to write that one down as well, my friend. The perfectly placed thorn trap. He was not able to find it and loses his life as a result.
The interaction between the Legion and the Thorn Trap is just absolutely amazing. Oh, takes some shots, knows the chrome's there. Oh, gets back up, but he's got a homie for that refrag swing. Legion is the first to fall, or Legion and Nomad the first to fall here. Oh, impact! It's another I choose you moment, but it's not going to be on the Monty this time, who has secretly just got themselves all the way into sight.
Walking drone handing out intel, trying to feed this to his team to try and find a way. So he's got this place. They've got the wall opened up behind him. Are they going to be able to put themselves into plant here?
Oh, I think that's exactly what's happening. Smoke gonna go out and start to cover that entrance. He's gonna back plant inside, and there he goes. Takes it to 25 to 50. It's the Echo gonna try and stop this plant, but he's only got 2 seconds to do it.
Oh,
and
he got it!
Wow, what a play by Echo. In the nick of freaking time here. So now that's body bounce tipped in favor of the defense. We still got a minute left, and they're gonna have to find a way to dislodge this Echo before they start going for a plant again. That's exactly what Monty is up here doing, except for he's going to lose his life. Uzi just not afraid of the shield play. 9 and 2 he sits. He's just incredibly active, blessed to clean it up from the top. And that is unfortunate for Gotham City Janitors, as they now find themselves in a very precarious, between a rock and a hard place situation.
Holy smokes, my guy. I can't believe we're sitting 5-1 or 5-0 at this point, and you're right. The individual heroics of Monty there was exactly what they needed, but they just could not convert that into a win. That last literal fraction of a second, Echo coming out to stop the plant, exactly what this defensive team needed to win a round. They are on pace, setting themselves up for a double flawless. So, like you called it out, we have got to see Gotham City Janitors come alive here. This is the opportunity. This is the chance. I don't know that they're going to be able to come back from a 6-0 half. With the way that AH2EZ has been playing these last 2 maps, for 2 hours almost now, seen AH2EZ play incredible. Like you said, how many unanswered rounds is that? 11? 12.
12 unanswered rounds. Yeah, you're right. And that it starts to play into the mental. That's a bit of some shocking going on for sure. Defense get themselves set up for that trench warfare yet again, as both Castle and Mira are on the board. A little bit of intel is Corrupt bringing out this Valkyrie, and it's AH2EZ's map to lose.
Living up to their namesake is what it feels like at this point. You know, whether or not that's intentionally picked because of that, certainly feels like it, because they are dominating right now here in this best of 5 game of Siege. We are on map 3, but it's feeling like we could be near the end of this.
No. Gotham City is coming alive. They're going to do it here. They may potentially lose this map, but the next one, they're going to show us some skills. They're going to show us the Bill Payne skills. We're getting a decider. I just know it. Map number 1 was too fun to end it at 4. It's not happening.
I'm here for it. You called it out, my guy. That's exactly what we want to see. And let's do it. Cannot wait to see it now. What we need to see first, though, Gotham City Janitors try and put up a little bit of a fight at this point, because you called it out. Mental chalked potentially here. And they got to find a way to get. Boy, it feels like they just got to find a kill at this point. 3v4. Is that diffuser down as well?
Tough situation to find yourself in, and Uzi breaks that double-digit kill mark as he finds himself at 10 and 2. Unstoppable on KAFE so far. I guess that's win conditions. First step for Gotham City Janitors is get Uzi off the board.
Franklin playing the same position here in pillars, watching onto those red stair window. I really like that position that he's holding. Definitely being devastating here, and gonna find slips, taking Ions off the board. Oh, that's unfortunate. For more than just losing a player, but that was the ability to take the defender's cams.
Wow, they did that from a distance. That was well executed. And there we go, sets to find Uzi off the board, and that was the win condition set. So let's see if the win conditions, or if the win can be met. It's a 2-2 scenario here, last round of the half here. If they can find one, honestly, they're still not in a terrible position. That's going to be a tough one, though, as Ash does go down. Find ourselves into a 2v1. Not really going to be recoverable because they've got it locked on site. Yeah.
I thought we saw down on Franklin there, but no, not going to happen. That was Slips playing from below on the Solus to get that first down. And I can't believe we're here, my guy. Match point for map 3. If you're just joining us, we're in a best of 5. We saw Gotham City Janitors take Chalet 7-5 in what was a very close back and forth. We were tied up 5-5 to get to that point, so it was very close back and forth. But Oregon was all AH2EZ. They steamrolled Gotham City here, going 7-0, and they are at the point of being prepared to drop 14 unanswered rounds here on this Gotham City Janitors team. And holy smokes, Sky better be Gotham City Janitors' best map in the pool.
Yeah, agreed. And look at the attackers that we're bringing to the table, right? We're Gotham City Janitors pick their best site, obviously, because all the pressure's on. You know they're going to be bringing the heat. You know it's going to be fast. You know it's going to be angry, and you know it's going to be loud. So they picked Bakery as their first start, and got some good ops for it. Castle to extend a little bit outside of that kitchen area. Smoke for that area denial would be great for potentially that blitz as he tries to push in. And Solus here is a big highlight, as we're gonna hope she can see that blitz shield being active, so they're gonna know pretty quickly if she's got her gadget going.
Like you called it, this attacking team can afford to be extremely aggressive. They do not need to hold anything back. They can take some chances, take some risks, and push because they've got the round count to do it.
Standard shield here being utilized. See if he's able to capitalize off of any of these kills. It's a lot of sussing out going on here. Drone taken off the board. First minute started to ring back. Ooh. Takes a peek, and they said, yep, there's definitely somebody here. It's going to be blitz. Get in and get active.
So they're going to smoke off the head hole so that we can push up on that shield. It's a Warden, but still, you got to deal with the shield. Even if he's got his glasses, he's going to win it, but lose to the man backing up the shield there. Going to see Franklin take that one. But that was incredible. 4v2 here. We still got almost 2 minutes left in this round. That was exactly what Gotham City Janitors needed.
Absolutely. Tough situation as Franklin is on half HP, only going to take a couple of bullets to put him down. There's the nade. Oh, my Lord.
Exactly what we wanted to see from the attacking team. That nade forcing the defender out of the position into the waiting arms of their gun. And going to take a shot there. Look at that, grabbing all of this intel. That's Lion coming out, catching his gadget in action.
Smart. Real heads-up play. Oh! And that ultimately resulted in his death. Because now we find ourselves in a 3v1, all resting on the shoulders of Franklin. 5-3. Oh. Waited for the throw. Did the swing. Let's go.
Okay, that's what we needed. It is not going to be a 14-0. It's going to be a 13-1. So now we head ourselves back to match point. But I tell you what, man, that one feels significant. It may not be enough to give Gotham City Janitors the win here on Cafe, but mentally, it feels significant, my friend.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Well, when you go so many rounds without answering back, like we spoke about earlier, it starts playing into that mental, and then you're thinking, man, can I beat these guys? And then it gets to, how in the world am I going to beat these guys? But then, once you get that first win, once that first rock in the sling is slung at Goliath and it hits its mark, well then you're noticing that they're human too, and that you can beat them. You're a good team. You're a great team, in fact, and you can beat them. That gives you that little bit of hope. Might be a little bit too late on this map. Who knows? We might see the reverse sweep. They are on defense now, so it is completely possible for that to happen. Let's hope it's not too little too late.
The interesting thing here is, right, going with the second floor site, we're not seeing them play top floor. That definitely interesting, right? This is their map pick, so I feel like Gotham City Janitors have got the strats in place here to win this. But it definitely feels interesting to see them not go top floor as the primary hold, or even the secondary at this point.
Well, you know, I think we might be seeing some of that change coming about to where it's becoming one of those sites that you just have the default way to play it, and it plays out the same every single time. Could be a similar situation to that cache CCTV hole that we see on the club now, right? Avoiding it because it's so easy. There's going to be the first kill as AH2EZ going to find it onto Uzi, and that was win conditions for the round as they take him off the board to get the body balance.
Yeah, definitely an important kill from a... right now, he's for sure absolutely feeling very good about how he was playing. So now going to be relegated to cams and not going to have those line scans to help suss out where these defenders are at. They've still got Franklin playing on the Dokkaebi, so they still have the phone calls out there and potentially the intel if they can get her close enough to a downed defender's phone.
Okay, so the first minute has gone by. There has been a little bit of a contest. It's going to be IQ trying to suss out where all of these gadgets are. Doing a great job at it, of course. Thing is it puts her on cam, so Solus now knows if she had her gadget open and out, that they still have one sitting at least on top of Skyline. And I imagine she did, as she uses that gadget continuously and constantly.
Yep, opening up this wall there. Are they they're gonna try and open up a vertical sight line down below?
Potentially. Another kill rings out, putting us into a 5v3, and that's the C4 to deal a bit of damage on Franklin, and IQ falls next as the DMR from Franklin going to claim HOA. Not recoverable, oh my lord, and now down into a 3v1, really, because IQ is down. Are they going to be able to get her up? This could be huge.
I don't think so. They've got too many of these defenders that have got the position. There it is, Sense taking the swing. So Franklin, 3 HP in a dream. Sense gonna clear him off as well. He had a fantastic. We saw Sense go absolutely crazy on Chalet. Did not have the same performance there on Oregon, but trying his best to continue to help this team get themselves into at least contention to win KAFE. Tie this thing up. Push them ahead. They're close, man. It feels like some energy flowing back into this team.
I feel it. I do feel it. We said they had to be perfect for 6. They have since found 2 in a row after 13 unanswered rounds against them. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I think there's a little bit of momentum starting to shift into Gotham City's favor here, because this was their map pick, which means they know this defense, right? This is practice sessions, dry runs, theory sesh, scrims. You know, this is their map choice. So defense going to be very strong for them. And on the defense, let's talk about it a little bit. We are intel heavy, as we're going to see both the Valkyrie and the mobile intel of Mozzie on the board. A couple of C4s, couple of impacts, and of course the ever-present and always daunting Solus.
Once again, they're playing the other 2F site and not choosing to go upstairs, right? We saw a lot of action, all the final kills happening on the 3F location, but it's interesting, right? That's exactly what this team is looking for, is to play a little bit unconventionally, and a cam outside, not incredibly useful. Long term, you only get 10 seconds of use out of it, and Franklin gonna see that happen, rotate into a position where not able to be sussed out by that cam, gonna take a shot on the window anyway, so feels like a bit of a waste there from Valk. She's continuing to hold this. Yep, gonna take out her own cam.
That way you don't have to scroll through it. I get that. Yeah, must have been for the potential run out attempt there, but not gonna be the case, however. We're going to see attackers start to get a little bit active here on the Hell Door. Probably's got the intel that somebody's sitting at those brown stairs. You're going to need some of that vertical presence to really start to dislodge some of these defenders out of there. At least 2 up top.
That's right. Look at all this intel coming out. The drone economy being very useful here by the AH2EZ team. Gotham City Janitors trying to find a way. The Legion coming out, and Sense going crazy. Trying to put his team back in. 9-6-1. Like you said, soulless here. All of the intel from her.
And almost finds some damage there, and that's going to be a kill onto Uzi to find it onto the Legion, and that puts us into a 4v3, and this makes this situation a little bit more dire for Gotham City. This could be a match point here. No, this is match point here.
We are on match point 2-6, so if they cannot find a way to even this up. No, it's a 2v4. Uzi grabbing a double, claiming HOA. So Sense trying to find a way with Bronco here. Castle rotating back downstairs, taking a couple shots, and that is unfortunate. Slips, gonna take Sense off the board. All down to Bronco to try and win this. And he literally has to win this, or we are heading to Sky in a 7-1 scoreline.
Oh, we're heading to Sky in a... Yeesh!
That was it. 7-2. AH2EZ takes it. Congrats there. Uzi, I think, was that his second MVP?
I think it might be, yeah. Attempting a non-06 half next map. We'll let you know. Oh, so funny. Okay, folks, we're going to get it set up for map number 4. It's Skyscraper coming at you, so sit back, relax, fill your drinks up to the tippy top. When we come back, Naj going to tell you what it's all about. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Well, it was a little bit different of map number 2, but ultimately it was the same result. We are now headed to map number 4, Skyscraper, but before we get there, let's talk about it. What's up, Naj?
Hello. I thought I'd have some fun this time around, and I've got a couple talking points. Specifically, like the amount of rounds Castle was played. Castle was played 7 of the 9 rounds that we had. So that's a little interesting statistic. The only 2 times he wasn't played was on the R2EZ basement, or well, kitchen holds, I guess. It's not really a basement on Cafe, but I do have a couple trivia questions. Thought I'd have some fun. So there is how many clutches were in R2EZ's first defensive half?
4.
I was going to go with 3.
It was 2, so one was closer. We had a round 1 corrupt clutch in what was a 2 versus 1, ended up as a 1 versus 1 as Warden died. And then we also had a round 2 clutch from Slips, so another 1 versus 1. So one of those where in the first 2 rounds it looked a little rocky for the side of R2EZ. Next, we have the YouTube effect. There is a certain YouTuber that has coined the increase of the castle play inside of competitive Siege, and it's being dubbed the this person effect. Which YouTuber am I talking about?
I would have said Whiskey Glitter because he has been talking about Castle coming in and influencing the competitive strat for a long time, but I feel like you're going to tell me something else. I want to go back to the tape and figure out who said it first, but I have no clue.
What about you, Glitter?
Well, my earlier guess was Tim the Tap Man. I know that wasn't correct.
Come on, fire a name off. Very American. Very Christian. Very gym heavy.
Very gym heavy.
Yeah, big buff man.
Drip.
Oh no.
Who is it?
It is the Yo Boy Roy effect. He has developed a bunch of different strategies for Castle. Some of them a bit more memey, but some of them actually very, very good for competitive, and some of them have been picked up by T1 teams. So very good thing to keep an eye on. It's the Yo Boy Roy effect. The final one is where was the Thorn Trap inside of Wedding or Small Bakery when the Nomad unfortunately lost her life to that Legion 9.
I had no clue. Could not see it on cam when we were trying to get around as the observer. So I actually want to know the question of this one.
It was underneath the table on the right of the window. It's one commonly used in ranked, and I did see it in a couple of competitive games, but it's one that's not really used too often because you don't really see Thorn as much anymore because of how long it takes for a gadget to go off. You need a bit of a combination of whether it's Melusi or Legion, and then a bit of that denial. So very good operator to bring to the table, and I'm really, really impressed with the way that R2EZ are playing, considering we had another very dominant game on the actual opening statistics. So if I just quickly get this, we had 2 wins and 3 losses on GCJ's opening statistic, and a full 100% conversion rate for the side of R2EZ with 3 opening picks.
Wow.
Wild.
Okay, well, we sure appreciate it, Naj, breaking it down of what happened in that last map. We're going to go on to Skyscraper, my friend, as the bands are starting to commence. We will see you next on the next round. Mr. Naj, thanks again.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here we are, getting into the bands. It's Skyscraper, and it's a little bit of a do or die scenario here.
Not a little bit. We have absolutely hit that point where Gotham City Janitors must win Skyscraper to push us into Nighthaven. When they went 1-1 on the first 2 maps, if you're just joining us, welcome to the Outlast Contender League Grand Finals Best of 5. Chalet, Oregon, Cafe are done. So yeah, Gotham City Janitors must win Skyscraper to push us to that final map, which would be Nighthaven. If AH2EZ can come up with it, it's the steamroll of a lifetime here as they win 3 maps in a row, feeling very good after coming close on Chalet. But in Oregon and Cafe, they won 13 unanswered rounds before finally we could see Gotham City Janitors grab one. So it was very AH2EZ there for a huge chunk of this grand final. It's time to turn it around, my friend.
Yeah, and bands going very similar to what they have been. Couple of standard bands, Ying, Solus, and Fenrir, but the Target band coming out, and it's been a bit of a Target band for the last two maps, right? We saw the Twitch band out, then we saw the Monty band out, and that Monty was so successful in KAFE, or at least had some very successful moments in KAFE, that on a map like Skyscraper, where shields are definitely utilized, you definitely don't want somebody who knows how to use the Monty being able to use the Monty.
Yeah, no, absolutely good call. When Monty is available, and we've seen this for sure in the rise of the LATAM playstyle, Monty was banned out competitively from the Latin America teams, significantly more in NA. And as we were getting ready for Brazil SI here coming up in just under 2 weeks, we were seeing, I felt like, an increase in the Monty play across the competitive scene. So not surprising that he's banned out here. The Solus and the Fenrir, like you talked about it, very good picks from a defensive ban perspective. So now we get to see how this AH2EZ team is going to handle the attack here on Sky to start us off.
Yep. Okay, on the defense, not going to go with that T karaoke start. We're going to see exhibition first, and it's going to be that strat that we love so much. It's the aggressive Mira play here. And I believe, if we take a look at it, there's probably that single wall opened up on the bar area as well for Mira to get completely active on the run out and stop that breach from happening, as well as the Mira being placed, looking towards that breach in a half breach scenario.
One of the things that we're seeing, I think, consistently here is that Gotham City Janitors has been a little unconventional in the way that they were approaching defense. We saw them not pick the typical sites in KAFE as the ones that they were comfortable with, and here again, not going karaoke T to start with. It feels unconventional, and that seems to be potentially where they thrive. So it's an interesting thing for Naj to keep track of, and for us as well.
So, yep, first kill does go to AH2EZ as the Valkyrie gets ripped off the board, taking body balance in favor of the attacking team here. It's a good place to start, especially as Skyscraper, well, generally is so defensive-sided, right? But we have seen, as you were saying, we have seen an uptake in the attacker craziness that happens on Skyscraper. So if they're a gunner team that's looking to take those contests early, this could be over fairly quickly.
That's right. Now the big piece here for this attacking team, have access to the defender cams. That's the problem. Banning out Monty leaves that Dokkaebi on the board. Impactful already, especially because this defending team brought out the Valkyrie. So all of those cams now available.
Oh, it's taken off the board as the DMR from Bless going to ring out. The Dokkaebi making her presence known quite early. It's still got a minute left on the board as well, so plenty of time for this attacking team. Going to be the air denial of the smoke winging out and stopping that push in from Dragon, holding him, ready to get the kill but can't move.
That's right. Sense finding one. Sense was the standout there in the first and third maps. Generally for this Gotham City Janitor team at trying to find a way to keep his team in it. Like we talked about, this is a must-win scenario for the Gotham City Janitors.
What a shot. Okay, so gets evened up if we find ourselves in a 2-2 as Sense needs to go down. Oh my lord, and now into an official 2v2. They did get the smoke back up. He's on a low health scenario. So now it's all resting on the shoulders of Cuddle and Sense, trying to hold off these last two attackers. Open it up, take some shots. Oh my gosh, 7 seconds left. And now it's all on the shoulders of Slips. And he's just going to wait this one out.
That's right. Defenders win. The sixth man coming in strong their time winning that. We need to see the attackers push a little bit harder, but they could afford to be a little bit less aggressive in general as we roll into this. Gotham City Janitors taking their first, so they haven't had a chance to do that since back on Chalet. So that feels like already, right? We saw a little bit of it on KAFE. That comeback, that mental. This is a great place to start for Gotham City Janitors.
Yep. Yep, get that first round in. Makes you feel good, my friend. And we're going to head and see the other top floor site now. Tea and karaoke going to be utilized here. And it's a pretty similar... Well, no. It's a different operator lineup. Let's talk about it. I got some slowdown here as Malusi and the Kiva barriers of Azami are on the board. We're going to have some breaching on the bandit. Highlight here. He's got the shoddy out.
Did see that bandit shoddy making an increased appearance, right? Especially after the shotgun buff. It's small, it's mobile, still considerably devastating at long range. So a great option there to come out.
Okay, let's get into it. Brought us a couple of new faces to the board as Maverick are going to be utilized here for this attacking team. This is kind of a double breach, right? Maybe see Maverick head up to that Geisha wall to start getting it open, and or potentially into the exhibition one to get it open. I'm not sure which one he's going to take on. But definitely going to split this push up just a little bit. Trying to catch this Oh, I thought he was lagging out there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like there for a second, but no, I think maybe just trying to be careful, watching for the run out, not wanting to put himself into a position that was going to be overly dangerous. Good call there, because you can see those defender outlines. They're close. Know that with him opening up that window, playing right there, potentially for the run out, maybe.
Yeah, potentially.
Ion's sitting there, ready, waiting.
Yeah, he wants him to push. He heard that window starting to open, and he's like, I wish you would. And there's the phone call starting to ring out. And yep, here we are. It's going to be Mav getting active on this. Oh, that's why. Okay, it's for the breach. No impact EMP is going to be on the board. They're going to opt for the grenades instead. And that's going to be Uzi to find Cuddle off the board, and that's going to be letting them open up that single wall now.
Yep, exactly what they needed. All they needed was a tiny little hole there to be able to clear off that bandit charge. Now able to get this wall open, put some pressure here on Sense, playing in Geisha. He's 2-0 to start with. And a lot of utility here coming off as we see this team get a little bit of control. Got top black at this point, but the rotate reinforced off. So the attacking team going to have to find a way to open this one up to be able to push in.
Oh, man. And they might not have known he was there, but they know now, of course. Smoke going to stop IQ from coming in onto that top black stairs there. Black stair door.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought we were seeing Maverick rotate over and try and work on getting that wall open. But no, on the wrong side of it, can continue to push on Geisha here. And Ace making the trip over to top black.
Interesting. So it's 40 seconds left, and this attacking team still needs to get even close to sight. This is a kind of a scary situation here. Oh, except for...
This is what they were trying to do. Get the ace over, open up this site. Did the defenders have anyone that was playing in T or karaoke? They've got T locked down here, but...
Oh, man. Did he get that shot? Oh, yeah. Maverick goes down. IQ quick to follow, and it is just outstandingly difficult for this attacking team. Outstandingly difficult. We talk about this being a very defensive-sided map, and it's defensive because why? It's hard to get in. Hey, Whiskey, it's hard to get in.
I mean, one of the things we talk about for sure as part of Skyscraper as a map in general, like you said, difficult to get in the building. The defense taking two. It looked like with the rotate there from Ace, able to open up the side of the karaoke wall, potentially get a plant down, but because they never got Sens out of that position, holding the area between Geisha and site, they had the rotate and was able to take out the attackers as they tried to make their way in. And a good hold from across the hallway in T. Just a good setup in general.
Indeed. So that's two in favor of the defense as they head down to the kitchen barbecue. We see some trap ops being utilized here, so we will see some of that vertical pressure or presence at least by the defense. But they're going to rest on the laurels of some of these trap ops to slow them down and give away some of those sound cues. Still going to bring that Valkyrie out for that intel being so huge. A lot of soft breach floors here, so C4s can be Absolutely devastating. But actually, Valkyrie not going to bring the C4, going to opt for the impacts instead. Interesting call.
Yeah, generally, I think the C4 definitely considered the superior secondary. So that, like you said, interesting that they're choosing to not bring out that loadout. The impact can be an important part of the attacking lineup, but for sure that that C4 I think considered the better option.
Well, we'll see how they utilize it here. She's already used one of them. Maybe open up some sight lines or something. I guess we'll see, Mr. Whiskey.
That's right. Finding some position here. They've got Ions is playing and deep here in the makeup rune, holding onto that geisha window. It's got the wall behind him, but I don't think knows that that's Maverick opening it up. There he is. All they got to do is just get far enough over to get a shot on that bandit battery. For sure, he's got enough room to get it, right?
He's gonna go for a bit of open it himself. There is no ace on the board. No
Okay.
can openers,
Yep.
no nothing. He is the one.
He is the one. There it is. And I don't know. The defensive team not knowing that was the case. So Bandit rotating down, made his way back up the stairs here, but kind of abandoned that position.
Oh,
Walked into the
right
waiting arms of Bless and the Dokkaebi. I can't believe that he did not fall there. He survives with 30 HP. Holy smokes.
He's unstoppable. He's unstoppable. It's that shoddy buff. There's Corrupt going to be the first one taken off the board as his head finds itself missing. Second one to fall as Uzi is taken down as well. And now it's into a 5v3. All really feeling defensive favorite here for Gotham City.
Well, and on the back, Sens 5-0 as well. Hoa also at that 3-1, putting some pressure on this team, but just a great individual effort there, and all down to this Maverick. He's outside the building, and there it is, asking for a rehost. It's apparently one of these one of the attackers having potentially an FPS bug or an issue here. So when we conclude round 3, we're going to send ourselves to a quick rehost.
Yep, it's a little bit of a potential faux timeout here. Oh, missed the diffuser. Oh. Finds himself one to pad the KD a little bit. 17 seconds left. Try and find one more potentially. All right, folks. Well, that's going to be another one in favor of the defense as the 3-0 start lives on.
That's
We're going
right.
to take a quick pause here as we get the rehost going. So sit back, relax, fill your drink back up to the tippy top. So when we come back, it's going to be the stunning conclusion to Skyscraper. Ayo!
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. Rehost done data. We're back into it. It's 3 in the favor of the defense as we currently sit, and if you're just joining us, well, welcome. It's been a crazy set of maps, 7-5, 7-0, 7-2. As we head into map number 4. It's a do-or-die situation for Gotham City, as, that's funny. That's funny to say out loud. I feel like I have to add that afterwards or something. But because if they lose this map, they are done. Grand Finals will be crowned, so they're feeling pretty good at their 3-0 start here on Skyscraper Ables.
That's right. If you're just joining us, welcome back to the Outlast Contender League Grand Final. Here, we've already seen the Outlast Arena League Grand Final was a week ago, and this is the second league. There is money on the line, as well as some positioning here for the Outlast Classic Series relegation matches that are going to be coming up, positioning there in that league. So, Gotham City Janitors had to win here on this map. Chalet 7-5 went to Gotham City Janitors, and then Oregon and KAFE were nearly all AH2EZ. They went absolutely ham-sammy on those ones, going 13 unanswered rounds in a row, with them only winning 2 before AH2EZ claimed that one. So that was a 7-0 and a 7-2 there. Unbelievable run there from there in the mid part of this game. So now, all up to Gotham City Janitors to find a way to win here on Sky to send us to Nighthaven as the decider, my friend.
All right, let's go. So it was round rotate, done data. Goodbye, sayonara, see you later. And look at that, they've got the double opening there for the run out. They're just kind of running the same strat back. Run it back, they said.
Ooh, except look at this. That window, the window's already cracked. Corrupt holding that angle. Mirror gonna push it at all. I think they've got that opening on the wall. Thermite gonna get his charge down over there on Geisha. On the single, yeah? Yep, there it goes. But trying to put some pressure here on the Mira. She's got this open.
My lord. Here we go. It's starting to get the push to come in here. The collapse upon him. Oh, jeez. Get some damage onto him, but going to pay the price for that hubris. Mirror going to get taken out, and that's body bounce slipped in favor of AH2EZ as they find themselves 2. Slip's going to find one as well. So we call this, right? It's defensive sided, so not wholly unexpected on the Uzi to find 1. Not wholly oh my lord.
Wow, right now AH2EZ coming out of this timeout from a rehost, absolutely swinging. They did say the rehost called by the AH2EZ team due to an FPS or a little bit of some issues there, and it appears to be resolved because that was wild to see them come in, and that was a very different round from what we saw in those first 3. That was reminiscent of the Oregon and KAFE map. So Gotham City Janitors can't afford to let that timeout hold them back at all. This continues to be that must-win scenario for them to push us to Nighthaven.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Okay, yeah, that's 1 in favor of the attacking team. And so if we find ourselves in a 5-1 split, I think AH2EZ going to feel okay about that because of the exceedingly defensive nature of Skyscraper. So they've got 1. If they get a second one, they're going to feel pretty satisfied. Anything over that is icing on the cake. Potential for 2 more here. Run it back. So we're going to bring out a little bit of that slow down game that we've been talking about all night long. Smoke. We talked about his pick rate just plummeting after he lost his shield. But his resurgence in the last couple of grand finals that we cast has been astounding. It's going to be no different here as Sen's going to pick them up. And not to mention, right, that SMG-11 just got reworked, losing some of its damage. Somebody forgot to tell the comp players because they still use it effectively.
Yeah, that's right. That definitely does not seem to be the case of what of seeing that nerf take any sort of a change in how the comp players are using the SMG-11. Yeah, maybe you lost a little bit, but if the main purpose of that is just to try and get a long-distance headshot when you're running a shoddy, 3 damage is not going to be making a difference.
Is that what it was? 3?
Yep.
Interesting. Oh, not going to be able to get it, so single wall going to be opened up here. It's going to be the long angle from a zombie. She's going to set herself up a little bit of that trench warfare we talk about. Get herself ready for that ultimate push that will be coming. I love the use of the Mav here. Bring back the Mav. Well, he's here, folks.
I
Especially
think,
on Skyscraper.
well, and especially because I think we sort of saw Mav potentially as a counter to the Tubero, but because, you know, he had a little bit of a nerf relative to how much of the fuel was required to run Mav's torch, you know, it was sort of a little bit unbalanced, but players were, I think, starting to use him more often to be able to deal with him as a defensive, you know, a breach denial. So even though he's not on the board, I think as the teams got used to it, it continues to be an important part of the attack after this change to add the Tubero to the lineup.
Indeed, that's the first kill is Uzi off the board, and that's a good one. Especially if you're the defense, you're feeling good about that. Uzi is straight legend when it comes to clutch, when it comes to all of it. So it's good to have him off the board early for this defense.
Oh,
Ho
and
gonna
Ho-
find it onto Franklin.
oh,
Ooh.
and Ions to take down Corrupt, all down to Slips and Bless, and they're definitely a pair that can do it. We have seen them certainly. And the question is now the time? We talked about Gotham City Janitors absolutely needing to win, and making this AH2EZ team seem human, seem a little bit vulnerable here on the 4th map.
Yep. It's a tough spot to find yourself in, as it's all now resting on the shoulders of Slips and Bless in this 3v5. And with 25 seconds left, it's kind of looking like they're just going to take another little pause here. Maybe try to pad the KD a little bit, but Maverick not even attempting to get into sight.
Yeah, there's just not enough area for them to be able to try and make the push in. Gonna run out of time with 5 seconds left, and Ion's gonna get that kill on the run out. Instead, jumping out and gonna take him down. That's shoddy, man. Just devastating ever since the buff.
Yeah, ripped through the enemies. You get a triple on that one? Sheesh. Nope. At least a double.
At least a double. That's right. So as we head into round 6, we had a little bit of a rehost there on in between rounds 3 and 4. Gotham City Janitors was on a huge tear and won the first 3 in a row, same as they did on Chalet. So like we said, feeling very much reminiscent of this team that played on Chalet. I don't know what happened on Oregon and Cafe, but it's like a different team at least has showed up here to try and push this grand final to the 5th and final map. They want to see it just as much as we do.
That's right, baby. Okay, so a little bit of that slow down city as we are on the last round of the first half of this 4th map. Becomes more of a mouthful every time I say it.
Similar setup here from this bandit, putting down those traps, holding the corner there in makeup, and but the site down below, some of these defensive utilities set up upstairs, expecting that vertical play.
Okay, let's get started. Man, and Bandit bringing that shoddy out again. And it's great for a map like this, right? In the arena of close quarter combat, the shoddy reigns supreme. And Skyscraper is just one close quarter combat area after another, whether it's hallways, funneling through those numerous doorways that you have to get through to get to site. I mean, it's just all close quarter combat, and that shoddy definitely going to be ruling in that class for sure.
Yeah, Bandit continuing to use it and getting the reload in. Also, pretty fast reload from a pump shotgun, so a little bit faster than that Smoke and Thatcher SAS. So, got Hoa running, Jaeger with the Frost, the trap ops here, plus the intel from the Valkyrie. It's a good lineup here from the defense.
There's that Maverick yet again.
Not much they can do. They're just expecting to be able to open this one up every time. Oh, boy, Bandit in a very dangerous position there. It goes for the leg shot on Mav. Not going to get it, but
had a pre-place there, potentially thinking that the execute going to come, or the pinch going to come his way.
they ready for a run out. He's not going to be so bold as to try a run out here. No, going to rotate back downstairs.
Yeah, and leaving Maverick on 5 HP and a freaking dream here. Now they, of course, are going to get that wall open, but they've already given up that area, so they're going to be able to push in and get some of that top for free. Maybe a little bit of a contest from below, but Drone City going to suss everybody out.
And we got.
I can't believe that Maverick lived through that gun exchange, too.
No, me neither. He's lived to tell the tale, and now putting a little bit of pressure here on the karaoke area. But first, I got to try and find this Valkyrie playing over close top black, and there she is. Done.
Oh.
Corrupt taking her down.
Well, yeah, just like that. This is the last round of the half here, and it is a 5-2. This is going to be a tough climb back, but it's 35 seconds. If they can get 1 or 2 picks here, they could stall out. Because they haven't made it down into sight just yet. Now it's into a 5v1, and it's looking to put a flawless round together here, and they're going to do it.
Yeah, that was exactly what this attacking team needed. They had found some of that vertical control. They were able to push Frost out of the location into the waiting arms of Maverick, who, because he didn't die in the bandit exchange, lived to tell the tale and take Frost's life away as she rotated out of sight, try and put a little bit of pressure back on those black stairs. 4-2 head into round 7. So if you're just joining us, you picked a great time to be here in this best of 5. Currently sitting 2 maps to 1. AH2EZ up over Gotham City Janitors.
Ooh. Okay. Here we go, folks. It's the op swap. We're going to see what AH2EZ brings to the defense. And if they're going to be able to keep that same momentum that Gotham City had built up. Potential for overtime here if we see that same 4-2 split. Kind of hoping so. OT on a 4th map is fun.
Oh, it sets us up for what is most definitely going to be a great, potentially 5th map if we see that, right? That means that these teams have started firing on all cylinders, got their defensive and attacking setups in place, and have set themselves up to be a great match versus each other. So that's for sure what we want to see here. Thing I like on this attacking lineup, love seeing Ions bring out the Brava. And there's definitely some of this intel that she can steal, but not a lot of defensive gadgets, but not a lot of intel besides the defaults.
Well, I just got the information that the standard split for Skyscraper is like a 5-1 towards the defense. So if AH2EZ is firing all cylinders, then this could be it. Going to start opening up the single wall here, and they're going to impact trick it, so you can only get a little bit of that open.
Yeah, great call, because here Ace has already rotated himself all the way back over to the other side of the map and trying to find out some other areas to open up hard breach lines on, so that one is going to be a bit of a problem.
Threw the drone instead of the Claymore. Been there.
Yep, been there, done that.
And then threw the C4 instead of stuff before, too. Hey, Whiskey.
Now, the trick is picking it back up. That's the part that I have yet to master. I'm still working on it, though. There it is. Is he going to get the trick? Whoa!
Oh, that was crazy. Did it blow up the impact or the bandit charge as well?
I didn't see if it did or not. It certainly looked like it. They opened up enough to be able to see it, but yeah, bandit charge is gone.
Interesting. Maybe because it was so low, the impact was just too crazy. Anyways, it's going to be Franklin to find the first death as body balance tips in favor of Gotham City. Seeing it play out similarly as this is one of those maps that suss them out. This is one of those maps. I don't even remember what I was going to say.
No worries.
I read the chat and laughed.
Uzi looking for the potential run out here. Was going to see, got Brava getting active with that drone, but not in a position there to take out this defender. So Uzi trying to find a spot there. It's she backed up across the doorway. Oh no, that's huge here for this attacking team, and down to a 4v2, 3v2. Corrupt grabbing a double. That's exactly what this defending team needed. But backed into a corner versus Sledge. Matt gonna win that one. All down to Bless.
Plant's going to start going down, and the cross is set up. They know exactly where he's at, so as soon as he hears that timer go off, he's going to start getting himself in that direction and could find himself on the wrong end of a spray through.
Yeah, you got Sledge able to walk in, find that one. So now he's going to hold an angle just outside the door. Oh, no. Inside, and he's going to walk himself out, take the shot. Nice job there from Matt holding that angle, just waiting to hear some of the footsteps from the defenders he approached. Putting together a great attack as well, so it's good to see that they were able to put together a great defensive half going up 4-2, and then winning another one here on attack. This is feeling very much like a rejuvenated Gotham City Janitors team.
Yeah, no kidding. And I might have wanted to take the time out there to kind of talk about it, just try to slow down some of that momentum. Not going to be the case. Straight into it, as Gotham City is one round away from a match point scenario and sending us, and potentially sending us to Nighthaven.
Definitely want to see it. I love that. I love Nighthaven as a map to bring out. But AH2EZ, again, very good. They were dominating on Oregon and KAFE, so not counting this team out at all. And certainly, if you're an AH2EZ fan, we've seen some of them in the chat, they want to see this one go down right now here and end it at Sky. Gotham City Janitors, though, trying to prevent that. Keep their hopes alive.
Keep them hopes alive. Gonna be Hoa is picking the Dokkaebi. We see her banned out regularly. Well, you've now seen why. That DMR devastating, the phone call irritating, and the intel absolutely exhilarating if you're on the attacking side of it.
That's right. I think she said very successful ability to pick up the defender cams too. We've seen that in a couple rounds, and that just making it very difficult for the defending team to operate, even, you know, when they don't have the extra intel brought out from one of the intel ops.
Agreed. I'm going to start to open up some of the standards here. Single gets a can opener to give him some sight lines. Sitting on the rappel, looking deep towards that dragon area, that shrine area. Lots of holes being here. Is that for the underneath play here? Oh.
Did the Brava...
Or was it Mistron?
I think it was a Mistron. I do not think that Brava found Corrupt was playing up there in Shrine. That's a potential huge miss there for this attacking team if they try and approach quickly. Oh. And that's a bit of a miss there. Ion's going to take down Corrupt. So yeah, missed drone, but then put himself in a position close to the window there where the repeller could take him out.
So double falls as now we find ourselves in a 5v3. A minute and 35 still left on the board, and there's one to get close to time to back up. Is Bless going to find Hoa's dome piece, and then Buck to fall next on Frost. Frost to fall on the trade back. So now we find ourselves into a 3v2. Bravo goes down, so we find ourselves to a 2v2. E4 gonna claim one, now into a 2v1, as it's all on the shoulders of Ace.
What a swing there for the AH2EZ team. Thought for sure we were going to see Gotham City Janitors push themselves onto match point the way that had gone, but a couple great kills and a C4 to even this thing out, and then now sends all by himself. Good grab there on the Frost mat, and I got to watch. See, gets upstairs too, but the Bless sitting prone at the top of the stairs watching Black. Great shot there.
Yep. We're ready for it. It's headshots only, as that's the only thing that pops up. I'm going to be around for the defense there as we get closer to tying up this score line. Ooh, what do you think, Whiskey? We got to see Gotham City take this map if we want Nighthaven. Can't let AH2EZ start to get a bit of momentum built up.
I know as the casters, we're not having any bias either way. We just want to see a great match, and I'll be honest, at this point, I'm having a hard time saying who I would say at this point in a position to win it. For sure, Gotham City Janitors seemed like they had the first half of this thing, but like you said, this is very defensive-sided. The 5-1 half, the typical score line, like you called it out from the analyst. So it seems like AH2EZ should very much be in control of this one and control of their own destiny. Setting the pace of these rounds is going to be the important part, because if they can figure out a way to get a 5-1 half, they're going to win it without even needing to send it to OT.
Indeed.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, here we go, folks. Defense.
5 seconds
Fresh
remaining.
face on the board. Tubero going to be utilized here, and that devastating AR. And if you're new to Siege or you're new to the last couple of seasons, Run, why don't you tell us about those Zotos?
That's right. Tubarão bringing 4 of the Zoto canisters full of a freezing agent, able to stop anything physical, mechanical, electronic in its sight, attacker or defender. And definitely seeing the teams use him in positions of breach denial in conjunction with some of the electric breach denial, the Kaid, or the bandit. But the thing about it is, with the recent change to the way that his gadget works, the defenders have to be much more careful about how they're using it with the timing if they want to continue to use it as part of a strategy here. Because as you can see, they've got the Cade Claws down, but as this Zoto canister goes out, it can shut down the Cade Claws as well, and they take 1.5 sec or a little bit extra time before they're active. So the breach can still go down if it's electronic denial. Interesting dynamic that it's created for sure. Love to see how these teams are using that new op and those Zoto canisters in competitive play.
On the board to help deal with that Mira, who is of course going to be a menace, as she almost always is. 2 of them set up, one to watch that top terrace area, potentially one to watch the breach. There's going to be the first kill. It's that AR ringing out, and they're going to take 2 off the board for Gotham City as AH2EZ goes up in the man count. This is just over a minute left on the board to play.
They've still got the Finka, so she has all 3 of hers, so she's still got 60 HP in pocket and able to take down Uzi before it loses her life. That would have been a devastating loss here for this attacking team. It's a 3v4, and like I said, 60 HP still on the board. The attack, little bit taking a bit of a divided approach.
C4 rings out, not going to claim anything. It is going to be cuddled to take slips. Bless on the double now, puts it into a 2v3. A couple of shots over the top of bar, not going to amount to anything. The swing into Terrace going to lose his life as Bless finds the triple kill. Now resting all on the shoulders of Sense, who does find another one, and that's going to be a defender-sided round as AH2EZ starting to mount that comeback there, Mr. Whiskey.
Another corrupt kill, or I don't know if not a clutch in this case, but just finishing that team off as we head into round 10. Yeah, feeling very good. If you're an AH2EZ fan, as they continue to push up, got to see that momentum stop here from Gotham City Janitors. You've got to slow down AH2EZ. They're setting the pace, or maybe be more aggressive, right? Push this team. Originally, we thought we were going to see that very aggressive play style from AH2EZ. They haven't really brought it out in this case.
No, they really haven't. But, you know, it's Skyscraper. Maybe they know they don't need to have as much aggression. They're getting the job done. 1 away from tying up this score line. We're going to see Corrupt bringing out the dock. A little bit of health, a little bit of juice. And whether you're 1-5 or 99 on the health line, he's got the time to give you a full health, a full checkup, all the way up to your full 100% on one stem. And he's got a few of them, 3 to be exact.
10 seconds
Let
left
me
before insertion.
back to that tertiary site play, kitchen and barbecue.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Be a heavy upstairs hold.
Attackers are
see.
moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe it's only... Oh, there we go. Yeah, Bandit and Castle all ready to take on that battle up top.
Along with the Frost playing with the shield there on top black. But I think, to me, the bit of the interesting part is the fact that we're seeing the bandit hold in that makeup geisha area is kind of both of the teams running very similar strats, holding on to that area more than I think we've seen in competitive play in general. That seems to be a little bit of a shift recently.
I also noticed that they're bringing, instead of the traditional ace or anybody, they're going to opt for can openers only, which is an interesting pick here.
And not bringing along the Maverick. They're going to rely on the those impact EMPs from Dokkaebi as the tool of choice. So hopefully she's able to stay alive long enough. Got to put themselves in a bit of harm's way to use both the impacts and the can openers. And but she's putting herself right up in feels like a little bit of danger here.
Huh.
Interesting. They're going to use the impact, but not even go for the can opener.
Yeah, it's a bit of a distraction play, right? They're making them think that they're going for that wall whilst coming potentially from the drone side. Not a bad play here. It is going to be blessed to find sense as we find ourselves now into a 5v4, and the clock is just ticking down, Whiskey. Already, we're just at just over a minute left on the board. This defense doing a really great job of setting the pace against this attacking team.
No, and everyone holding angles, not a lot of unnecessary motion, not taking chances when they don't need to. Seeing this attacking team trying to find a way to push themselves in. That's 2 down on the attacking side. Huge for the defense. Corrupt to find another. Bless a double to finish off. No, the Corrupt hallway shot there, taking down 2, and that must have been Bless downing the others. That was huge. We're tied up 5-5 now as we head into round 11. Wild. So if you're just joining us, best of 5. Gotham City Janitors taking the first. AH2EZ taking the next 2. So we're sitting at 2 maps to 1. This is a must-win scenario for Gotham City Janitors. They want to keep their Outlast Contender League Grand Final hopes alive.
5-5. Can't even believe it. Now we're in a situation, both teams one away from that match point. You said it. It is just do or die. And we are going to see the Maverick come back out. You know what, Whiskey? Let's write that down, right? Let's put that as part of the rank strat. Let's check out how useful we can be with Maverick on Skyscraper. I like it. On the defensive side of it, you've seen this lineup before. You're probably going to see it again. It's a zombie for that trench warfare area denial in the form of smoke. Breach. Be handled by Bandito. Frost for the slowdown and Warm Mumai, of course, for that projectile deny. I'm gonna go for the on the attacking side of it, and I like the pick here is Flores. Right, we talk about how useful and effective he is at dealing with that extension util, the frost shield, you know, any those Kiva barriers. To see him try to put the work in. I think he'll go for on the last round. Basically no hard breach to almost. To 3 out of 5, bringing some sort of hard breach capability.
I mean, I think, like you said, the Maverick here is an important piece of this this attacking utility. But the interesting thing is, it seems like if they bring the Bandit here to hold, that's a spot we got to also look at, is using the Bandit to hold this position. If they had been able to clear him out. He was a key piece of taking down Maverick as he jumped in the Geisha window the last time. And he is wreaking havoc here on this attacking team. They can't get a literal foothold in. And currently that hole is stayed shut. Haven't found a way to get the can opener in place.
Yeah, no, or the ace charge. He's still on some full health. It's a low health scenario for both Mav and Buck as they're taking this engagement on. It's tough. This is a tough position to find yourself in, and an incredible time waste.
And they don't have a Finca this time to be able to hold down and bring any of that health back. I mean, he is stuck at this low HP unless... No, that's it. The only way he recovers when this round resets.
Mm-hmm. On the round reset. Okay, Bronco making himself up black stairs here. A little bit of a sound distraction as somebody might try to swing that. Not going to be the case, however, as they're going to take top of black for free. Oh. There's a frost bat to go down. It almost looked like he shot that smoke out of the air. That would have been crazy.
Yeah, Corrupt not going to be able to swing because of the ash that was holding that location. But yeah, that's unfortunate that you're going to see the frost mat take some life and then going to be an important part of taking down that attacker. And what a shot from Matt taking down Corrupt. That is huge. 2v4. Got to find 4 here to stave off a match point scenario on this 4th map.
Oh. And now it's all resting on the shoulders of Bronco, who is going to get this wall open, but when he put himself... Oh, no. Inhaled a bit too much of those toxic smokes, and it's going to be blessed to come up and squeeze that last kill, putting AH2EZ back on a match point scenario.
Great rotate there from Bless. Had been holding the makeup geisha area on that breach. They couldn't push him out of that location. Stayed alive as part of the exchange and gonna push his way in. So gonna take a timeout. Take some time to talk about it. That's 4 in a row from AH2EZ here on the defensive half. So the analyst called it out. 5-1 half is the typical. So Gotham City got 4 on theirs. AH2EZ is looking for their 5th, which would win them the round. And at this point, we're on match point, my friend, but it's not just match point. Match point, map point, grand finals point.
Sheesh. A lot riding on this one round. And it was a great time to take a timeout, too, right? I would have liked to see one earlier, but if you're trying to play off of that timeout buff, this is a really good time to take it, because if you get that win, you force that OT and have another shot at bringing this bad boy back.
That's right. And as we roll into OT, in this case, OT going to AH2EZ on attack. So I think that favors this Gotham City Janitors team a little bit. So they absolutely, for sure, they have to win this one to force OT. But I think it looks favorable for them if they can.
Yeah. Yep. That was a crazy sound.
Thanks, Ubi. So now we roll into that match point. It is time. Match point. AH2EZ looking to set it to settle it here and now.
To settle it here and now, and to do so, they're bringing them out the Tubarão. I love the call here. He was definitely an impactful player on the last couple of rounds that he was brought out. In addition to him, we're going to set up some trench warfare with the Azami. We're going to see the Bandit, probably to protect that Mira more than anything. Not going to open up that single wall to get active on the run out, however.
I don't think they need to push it from that perspective, right? Again, you can afford to play a little bit more conservatively here if you're AH2EZ. It's a change up from their playstyle that we had seen previously, and apparently, I think a good one. They have found a way to make that work, and it's really working well.
All right, this is playing out exactly the way we saw it before. A little bit of bandit tricking going on. Going to try to stop that ace charge from opening it up. Ooh, but some vertical play here is going to make it a little bit more difficult.
Look at this. You've got the vertical play from below, but also the bandit trick and the Zotos. I mean, this attacking team threw the Thatchers at it, the ace at it, and the attack from below. But right now, the wall is still close. A tremendous amount of utility on both sides trying to keep that thing shut.
And look at the interaction there between Tubarão and Bandit. I mean, that was absolutely huge, right? Threw it up high enough that the ice wasn't going to affect the gadget down below, and still avoided the holes where it was already blown up previously. That was just a huge heads-up play by the Bandit and the Tubarão. I love that name, Tubarão. I think they nailed it with that. Love calling him Tuba.
Yep, or if you're I think fresh on the desk likes to call him Tub. You know, we found lots of nicknames for this new op coming out, but what he's bringing to the table certainly slow down City for the breach there. And look at this Bless getting involved in this engagement on Sushi Bar. Look,
Ooh,
Hoa gonna take him down with the DMR.
the thing is devastating. It's why we saw Twitch banned out on the last round. Not only is it effective intel, but if you bring along that DMR, you can absolutely wreck the devastation. Tied up here, 4-4, last minute. This could be it, Whiskey. We've got to see this attack team get in and steal a kill at least to get the body bounce in their favor, because we're going to see a 20-second meta, and I don't know if that doesn't play out in AH2EZ's favor if they have the body, if they have are equalized.
Everybody getting active here on this defense, trying to hold them off. There is 30 seconds left. There's one of those canisters coming out to slow down this attacking team as they try and push in.
Okay, all resting now on the shoulders of Franklin, who does find one. He's going to find a second. He's got two standing in his way with 19 seconds. Can he hold off this flank for the win? He's got to find Ash to go down now.
Oh!
And it's, oh my lord! Gotham City going to be able to tie it up, send us to OT, have a chance at sending us to this 5th map. They said, we are not done yet. Some individual heroics by Tubero, but in the end, Gotham City going to claim that one. It's OT, baby.
What a shot there from Sense to save the game, right? That was Tubero taking the shot and took away 50% of his health, but he managed to hit it at the same time. Sens saved that. What a shot there, sending us into OT on map 4. If you're just joining us, 7-5 Chalet in favor of Gotham City Janitors, 7-0 Oregon, 7-2 KAFE in favor of AH2EZ. It is all up. Gotham City Janitors have got to win here. Must-win scenario to send us to Nighthaven in this 5th map in the best of 5 here in the Outlast Contender League Grand Final, my guy.
Ayo. Ayo, let's freaking go.
I can't believe Sens hit that shot.
What a shot. Yeah, you were right. It was a do or die, and she was like, I ain't dying today. Okay, Whiskey, I'm so sorry. 1 second.
Not today, they said. It was time. Gonna hold on to that round, and they absolutely do. So now, here we go, seeing how they're gonna put this together. All right. A little bit of a split push here in, and Hoa back on the Maverick again, working on this all-important single there in the makeup round, and Bless continuing to play in that location, right? This has been a point of contention the entire game so far, with a little bit of back and forth and there from both of the Repel, and the Buck opening that up is going to rotate back down. This time, the attacking team much more successful in getting that thing open. It's going to be an important point here because it pushes Bless out of location at 14-3-1, and that is after a rehost going absolutely crazy right now.
Yeah, that man's name has been all over the board, my friend. It's 4-4 here in this first round of OT. We're going to see Corrupt and Hoa taken off the board. That Maverick being instrumental in pushing some of these top areas, so that was a real huge kill.
Well, and did the job though, right? Got the single open. That was the important piece. Pushed Bless out of that location that had been a very much a power position for him on multiple rounds this game. So that feels good here from this attacking side. But it's not over yet. Still tied up 4-4 with 1:14 left.
Oh, pushing the shield. Deployable's going, pushing the deployable with the flashes. Smoke's ringing out, going to stop that push. Blessed to find another double, putting him at 16. A potential for a 20 bomb now. He did not check out. Oh, you guys cracked me up. Okay, 4-2, all resting on the shoulders of Sens and Cuddle here for this first round of OT. looking a little bit tough. This is a completely defensive sided enforcement. There's one to find it. It's the DMR. Cuddle gonna find one onto Slips. Oh, down. That's
Here's the
gonna be tough.
defense. He made the mistake of moving. I thought for sure that that he was gonna stay hidden, but he got up out of that prone location, and Buck heard it. Sens heard it. So now pushing out of the position. Is he gonna be able to res? Looks like it.
Oh, he's sure gonna give it his best shot.
No!
But not gonna be the case as AH2EZ cleans it up on a double.
So
Yowza.
it was close. They almost had him res before Franklin able to take the shot there. It was a risky play to try and go for the res, but necessary. They needed to give it a try. Did not want to leave it up to a 1v2 to clutch it up. And we are at, again, this final must-win point for Gotham City Janitors. 7-6, overtime match point. If AH2EZ wins this round, they take the grand final for themselves in 4.
Yeesh. Okay, it's all on the line between the grand finals and that proverbial bus ride home. You see Gotham City on the defense here. They're going to opt for the T karaoke site. And here is a special pick, I think. Let's highlight it. Capcan on the board. We say we'd like to see him either brought out incredibly early, so that you keep the attacking team guessing every time, every doorway and every window that you get into, or see him brought out super late, so it's not necessarily something that they've been looking for all match. So bringing it out on an overtime match point round, I think this could be a potential game changer here for Gotham City.
Yeah, huge to see him, right? We haven't seen Capcam played, I think, the entire grand final, right? Is this the first time that we're seeing him as a defender come out?
I think you're right. Yeah.
You called it, my friend. This is a huge potential for the opportunity to catch this attacking team off guard, and they're going to give up this this location for free. Not going to be playing over there.
Yeah, give him a ton of sight, but still got some hold on it from Drum. So, yes, free to get in, but you still have to pay to play, potentially, if they don't suss out this Drum hold.
Oh, God.
I thought that was an attacker.
I'll be honest, man. I really want to see the Capcan kill here as part of what helps push Gotham City Janitors over the edge. It's a real heads-up play, and the question is whether or not, is the attacking team, did they catch it? My guess is yes. Right, I'm sure that they're incredibly good from a drone economy perspective, incredibly good at finding this intel on the defensive team. So it's likely they caught it. The question is did they catch where all of those traps are? And are you going to remember when the pressure is on as this round winds down?
I guess we're going to find out. Bless goes down inside a Drum, and he's going to get the kill completed upon him. Oh, there's Uzi taking off the board to a Capcan trap, and that's tough. That's body balance heavily in favor of Gotham City now.
Well, we answered the question earlier. There's still a minute left in this. It wasn't the late round push. Capcan traps taking him down the halfway through this round. So called it out. Great call there by Matt to put him down. But Slips, this attacking team, not entirely deterred. It's a 4-3, and there's still a minute left on the board.
Yeah. Holding the long angle, that's going to be the second found. Is Corrupt going to find Bronco? Oh my lord, it's getting close here. 50 seconds left. The flash is starting to ring out into Drum, trying to push and dislodge those players from over in that direction. They're taking a ton of real estate, but the time's starting to tick down, Whiskey.
Yeah, this is the time for sure. The sixth man here for this defensive team. They have to win. This is a must-win scenario. There is 30 seconds left, my friend. The attackers are in position, but the defense are holding the angles. With 20 seconds left, are we going to see Gotham City go to map 5?
Oh my lord. And then it rings out, and just like that, it's a 1v3, 16 seconds left on the board. They've got the intel, it's the shots, and it's too little, it's too late. AH2EZ champions.
Congrats to AH2EZ with that 8-6 overtime victory on Skyscraper. They take the Outlast Contender League Grand Final. 4 maps out of this best of 5.
And it was a good game. Oh man, that was a good game. 16 kills, Bless hit. 16.
Ooh, and that
Sheesh.
was, and I think he might have had some before that rehost as well. So, boy, 8-6 overtime victory. What a shot, my friend. And so we got some stuff coming at you. We're gonna try and we're gonna go through the analysts and see whether or not any of these teams interested in being a part of an interview here, because what a way to finish it. Congratulations there to the Gotham City Janitors to putting up a heck of a fight. It got close in the end. It was exactly what we wanted to see. If you're a Gotham City Janitors fan, though, it was too close, but no cigar.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so yeah, let's get a few things set up here, folks. So sit back, relax, because when we come back, we're talking about it. Ayo.
Let's go.
What's up, and welcome back, fellow Siege spectators and players. And if you're just joining us, well, where the heck have you been? You missed an absolute banger match that is a big GG's to AH2EZ. And so, before we get to the interview, we're going to let Naj ramble on.
Well, that's what I do best. Waffle, as we call it in the UK. But something that I did find quite interesting was the trade game, especially on the opening picks, was a little bit more lenient this time around. Both teams kind of going back and forth. The only one that really stood out to me was the side of GCJ, who actually secured 4 round wins of their 5 opening picks inside of that match. So pretty interesting from them. It was a reverse in the conversion rate. In the first 3 rounds. So it was a complete full loss on the side of AH2EZ when it came to the first 3 rounds of opening picks. Alongside that, we have the only round wins for AH2EZ in the first half were both flawless rounds, which is kind of insane. And yeah, just a lot less broad in the roam presence on the side of AH2EZ once they switched onto the defense, and it just kind of seemed like they were a bit more hunkered down and ready to take these engagements. And it was only later in the game that we really saw them start to take that more broader roam. But overall, pretty well played. I've got a couple trivia questions for you, Mr. Glitter, and also Mr. Run.
Ooh.
So we'll get to those now. There were 2 operators completely unavailable throughout the entire series. Which were those 2 operators? One was an attacker, one was a defender. They're your clues.
Ying and Fenrir.
Indeed, it was. Ying and Fenrir were completely gone off the board, and actually, Ying was banned by both teams. And I'm pretty sure Fenrir was as well. So it kind of alternated between both of the 2 teams as to who was manning them. But overall, they were both completely unavailable throughout the entire series. And then my final trivia question. Well, I did have 2, but Glitter kind of, spoiled one of those. Is
As I do.
How many flawless rounds were there in total? And how many of them went the way of AH2EZ?
Ooh.
I think
I'm
it
gonna
was
say-
3.
Go ahead.
I was thinking
In the
3.
in the last map or in total?
In the final map.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say that there was 5 and 3 of them went to AH2EZ.
So Run was correct with 3. How many of them went to AH2EZ, Mr. Run?
I thought it was 2.
It was every single one.
Oh!
Every single flawless round of the 3 that were played went the direction of AH2EZ, which is really impressive, to say the least. My final trivia question, as I said, was unfortunately spoiled at the end of the game by Mr. Glitter, but it was what was Bless's KD after the rehost, because it was actually quite phenomenal. Scoring a whole, I'm pretty sure, 5 kills, maybe 6 kills over the second place, dropping a 16-5 kill count. So that's pretty impressive from the side of AH2EZ. I'm very, very impressed with the way they played, and yeah, you'll have to give Franklin a question from me, which is, did they make it close on purpose in the final map? Because it felt like they did.
We're about to find out, and you called it. We are bringing in Franklin, and thank you very much, Naz, for being the analyst. You were goated, my friend. Fantastic to have you with us again for another grand final. We appreciate the analysis in there. So, bringing on Franklin, congratulations again to the AH2EZ team. You guys did a fantastic job taking it in 4. So, Glitter, take it away, my friend.
Well, AH2EZ, yeah. Congratulations, Franklin. Had a pretty big game yourself. What do you think about your best of 5 appearance here? What was the factor that contributed to your team's success throughout the series tonight?
Damn, like it's kind of hard because at first, we weren't talking that much that first game, and losing, like, none of us like to lose, and I don't think anyone likes to lose, even like outside of Siege either. And we kind of just had to buckle down those 2 maps in the middle, and have our guns up and actually start calming and communicating to each other, and get our heads out of our asses pretty much.
Well,
Uh,
Naj wanted to ask this question, so here it is, right? Did you extend that last map, just for fun to keep it interesting? Is that what we saw, or did Gotham City Janitors put up a good fight?
I mean, for those before the rehost, those rounds were they were kind of chalked. Bless was just sitting at 160 ping the whole time, and we were goofing around too. But it got to a point where like, okay, hold on, like we don't want this to go map 5. Let's actually like buckle down. Let's start playing the game how we know how to play the game, and we did just that. I think it was we won 4 defense rounds in a row, and they won the last attack round, so we took it OT. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was that last game was definitely fun. Like taking that OT for the content, as you guys say.
yeah. Well, in a best of 5, like mental resilience is like crucial, and you've already played a game today. How did you guys maintain focus and your composure, especially when it started, getting a little bit closer on that 4th round?
Well, so we kind of used that. No offense to the Zenith League, but we kind of used that game as like a warm up and just like tested the waters. A teammate of ours just got a new work schedule, so we haven't been able to scrim that much. And we needed the warm up, or we would have gone in there and probably gotten smoked. And I don't know, me, Uzi, Corrupt, all come from console, and we play like BO3 tourneys like that all day. So and they go like 14 hours. So I mean, the BO5s and stuff like that are nothing to us. We're like Chinese monks with our mental.
Is there any, do you use any sort of like energy drinks or gamer subs, G Fuel to carry you through that?
I'm a big Celsius guy. Like I love drinking
Mm,
Celsiuses. I
delicious.
need caffeine, especially because I'm in college. Every morning, like before class, I'm just drinking. I'll always have a Celsius.
Let's go.
So we've got
Um,
we've got a long history together. We were the casters as part of the OCS season 2 that you guys were playing as Silly Geese, right? So I'm curious, what was the transition from that team here into the AH2EZ team that put up such a fight through the E2 quals and some of these other leagues? So how was the transition like to this new team?
Well, at first, it was pretty nice. We had to make some roster adjustments to fix like the passion and people wanting to keep playing because when we were playing E2 and like leagues before that with old guys from Silly Geese, I'm pretty sure Uzi is the only guy. Well, Corrupt played with them for a little bit, but um, we had a couple of other members on our team, and they just lost passion for the game. And once your teammate doesn't have the same mental mindset as you of wanting to win and win and win and keep going to the next level, you're not going to make it anywhere. You're not going to win anything. So having to make those roster adjustments helped a lot. And I mean, picking up Bless and Slips, I mean, they're just 2 phenomenal players. I mean, we all learn every single day, every time we scrim, something new that we can do, and we're always writing something down.
yeah, Bless lived up to his namesake, man. Just absolutely crushing it. I was going to ask, can you highlight any individual performances or player roles that kind of like made a significant impact on the outcome? But I think you said it right there. Those 2 crucial pickups, Bless just going absolutely crazy on that last map.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster of role changes because the player that we picked up Slips for our entry player that we ended up dropping, and Slips is a hard breach player, so we moved Corrupt to entry, and then we moved Uzi to second entry, which was nice because putting Corrupt on frag was probably the best decision that, like I've ever seen. I mean, dude's nasty, bro. Like I don't honestly, I don't think Corrupt should be on this team. I think he should be on a higher level team. I mean, he's just underlooked because he doesn't play PC that often.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
But
he definitely showed it. It looked great tonight for sure.
yeah, I mean Uzi on Cafe, Bless on Sky. I mean, yeah, Bless on Sky is just that. I mean, that Oregon game was kind of just everyone like we just locked in that game. We love Oregon. I mean, we loved all the maps we played. Just the first game was pretty shaky.
So, with that victory secured, what message do you have for your fans and supporters or people that are still watching you right now?
Oh man, I gotta 12-hour Jinxie tourney to play tomorrow with Jinxie. So I mean, like, I still have a long way to go. But on a real note, like I love playing PC competitively. I may not be the best like mechanically, but I learn something every single day playing PC competitively, and that's why I keep playing. It just I don't know. There's something inside of me that just like loves playing this game competitively on PC.
Yeah, I got one more
So-
question for you, and I ask it to everybody, and so you'll be no different here. And it's in honor of one of my friends in the EU, Castor Rhino, and he asks if you could ban an operator forever, no matter what, he's gone, goodbye, sayonara, see you later. Who is on your list to be gone?
Oh, Solus, definitely, bro. I don't know how many times I've been like really far away from a door and someone just impacts the door and just flies out to the spawn to kill me, and knowing he's gonna die, but he just does it anyway. Like that stuff, it just boils my blood.
Oh, let's go, Solus. Well, the normal pick that we hear is Blackbeard, but Solus, that's a good pick. I think that's a little bit more on point with. Yeah, she's overpowered.
You can feel it. You got a lot of passion for how much you really hate that. So that you can tell that that's an
Yeah, yeah.
important pick to you.
Oh, well, we sure appreciate you stopping by. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to people watching?
I mean, we're enjoying the journey. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I love my team. I love everyone who comes by and watches, but we're here for more. We're gonna keep winning, keep trimming, keep writing down stuff and strats, and keep playing. We're not going anywhere. But also
go.
much love to Matumba and that team. I love all those guys. They're all super cool.
Yeah. Yep. Well, real class act. We sure appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us a little bit. Big GG's, my friend.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It was fun, guys. I'm gonna head out.
Yep. Have a good
Appreciate
one.
it, Franklin.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, that's it. It's done data. Another grand finals in the book, and I believe that's 10 of them so far for us this year. It's been a grand final run for the Whiskey Boys, and we have been loving every single second of it. Anything coming up, Mr. Run?
That's right. I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're casting a grand final in EU for the Voltage Console League on Sunday morning Eastern Time. That'll be number 11. Really appreciate the leagues and the players that put their trust in us to deliver a game that's fun and exciting for everybody involved. So that grand final in the Voltage Console League coming at you in Europe. We'll be here Eastern, 9 a.m. on Sunday morning for us to get a chance to cast that one as well. So that'll be number 11 here in 2024. But like he said, big congratulations to Gotham City Janitors for making it this far and putting up a great fight and being a class act. Very little toxicity between these two teams, and it was fun game to watch. But congrats to AH2EZ for winning the Outlast Contender League Grand Final.
Yeah, that's right. And just a quick reminder, we have got a hat giveaway. We picked up a hat at the Atlanta Major, got it signed by some pretty big names in the scene, including Bolo, Pengu, Kino, Spirit Spoits. Just a bunch of different huge names that are on this hat, and we're giving it away once we reach the 1,000 follower mark. We are 25 away from that. So if you get onto the Twitter, there is an active campaign for how to get yourself involved in that giveaway. You can look us up at glitter_whiskey. He is at racing ENGR, and we are the Siege Devil Shot, of course, on Twitter as well. Well, I think we made it. I think we did it.
We did, my friend. Thanks to Naj again as the analyst and for coming out and supporting us and helping on the grand finals to provide a little bit of extra context for all the viewers at home. And thanks to all of you, obviously. A lot of Siege you could be watching. Glad you're here with us.
Yep, that's right. So, folks, as we come to the end of it and the lights start to dim, the jukebox starts to sing closing time. We find ourselves bidding you adieu. You don't have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
Heyo.
Let's go.
You ain't about it. Ray, you on it.